Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say you can't play professional basketball, Corey. Rob.
You can't play professional basketball, Corey, Rob.
Well, I already know that. I'm a Magic the Gathering player, Rob. I know I can't play, but thanks for putting me down to start my morning off. Can you believe this guy?
Well, if our audience had heard the way Corey was talking before we went live, they would understand why that was necessary.
Yeah, I bet he plays better defense than Russ does.
Well, let's get real. The Roanoke Basketball League, we don't play defense. That's
Yeah, this is strictly discouraged.
we don't do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Defense requires effort, requires exertion. We're not really about that life in the RBL.
Nah, we'll let you shoot it up. That's for sure. Yeah.
Just take
You
the
can catch
shot.
a few elbows, though.
Yeah. I still got a mark proving that one.
Well, I guess we'll play some Magic instead of talking about backyard basketball.
Good call.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. Today we are playing some more Modern, and as we talked about last week, we're going to be playing with Indomitable Creativity through a gauntlet of three of the best decks in the format right now. Certainly the two best, and then one a little bit more speculative at the end, but we'll get to that when we get there. And if you've watched Versus Live or read any articles I've written in the last 2 months, I'm very high on 4C Creativity. I think the deck is criminally underrated and underplayed.
Without playing it in a single tournament, right?
Yes, I should have played it at the invitation.
Yeah, you really should have.
I would have won that tournament.
You'd have won it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, some just schlub won that thing.
Instead I let some dingus win it. It was awful.
I mean, the King of Saiyans, won that event. Are you really going to talk trash about Goku?
Yeah.
That's Vegeta.
Oh yeah, you're right. Dang it. All right, I'm a little low on my Dragon Ball Z, stats here.
Versus Live is now canceled. All of our nerd cred is gone.
Dang it. And we had very little. Already. So.
We had very specific kinds of nerd credit,
Yeah.
I may not know much about Dragon Ball Z, but I know a lot of 18th century history.
Or Simpsons. That makes it pretty nerdy. Yeah.
There we go. That's that's boomer nerddom.
That's true.
You remember the show from the 1990s? Does anyone even remember the 1990s?
I honestly, anything before March 2020 is all a blur. Who knows? That was a whole different lifetime, so.
Yeah, I don't know. But, the point is that 4C Creativity is great, and more people should be playing it. And so we're going to hopefully show you that it's great. The deck, I like it for a few reasons. One, it gets to play a lot of the best interaction in the format. Mm-hmm. Normally when you think of combo deck, you think low interaction. This is actually sort of a control deck first. And Red and 6, Teferi Time Raveler, Prismatic Ending, Lightning Bolt, are all excellent removal spells. Maybe you're not a big fan of Bolt, but, it still gets the job done.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really a Delirium deck, so you can't really Unholy Heat. I think Bolt is still a great card when you have to play that instead of, Unholy Heat when you can facilitate it. But if you can facilitate Unholy Heat, it's a better card.
Yeah, and then you don't really devote that much space in your deck to the combo. It's 4 creativities, 2 copies of the creatures that you're searching for. You're making some sort of choices to aid the combo, playing things like Hard Evidence and Prismatic Command, where a normal 4-color mid-range control deck would play different cards in those spots almost assuredly. Yeah. But Prismatic Command is still a solid card with Hammer, around in a lot of places. Hard Evidence, very good against Ragavan.
Yeah.
And,
really good against Ragavan.
And Goblin Guide out of Burn, just early creature decks, and has such a high floor because it just cantrips most of the all the time. So,
and then most of your value you get from the deck or your combo pieces are fetch lands. And the thing that I love about Creativity, it reminds me a lot of Modern when we were in, honestly, this was March of 2020, about when this was happening, but it was the Uro piles that were using fetch lands to leverage your late game with Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And it has that kind of vibe. That was incredibly powerful. I mean, Uro was... Uro was really good, and it facilitated a lot of those combos. Like Uro, Fetchland, Mystic Sanctuary were really good friends because, you could kind of set up that draw And then, Mystic Sanctuary, set up a draw Uro, grab a 1-mana removal spell, and cast it. That was insane. But now you're doing the second best thing, which is kind of weird, but getting Dwarven Mire to just facilitate a creature with your land, and then you can just have a 1-card combo. 1-card combos are insane, but when you're facilitating them with lands, then it truly does feel like a 1-card combo,
Yeah, because you just have so many copies of redundant fetch lands and things like that. So, Dwarven Mine really an important part of the deck, and it's the reason that you make the deck's biggest sacrifice, and that's in the mana base. You have to play this red-centric mana base in a 4-color deck, which is a little awkward, but the triumphs and fetch lands really do hold it together. The major, you usually don't have issues casting your spells. The issues usually arise from games where you have to take too much damage. Where you have to aggressively get shock lands to curve out, and the deck plays, 6 of them, something like that. And you're fetching for them, pretty often. So you deal yourself 6 damage in a lot of games through double fetch shock. So that's the real concession that you make. And I just don't think that's a big concession to, I think it's well worth it. The gains that you get from having this really powerful end game and the ability to, sometimes just turn for a Sarah's Emissary or an Emrakul. If your opponent isn't careful, you kind of force them to slow down, which makes your control cards even better. This is the classic combo control squeeze.
You like still just the 2 creatures, the Emissary, Emrakul?
Yeah.
And like some extra ones on the board kind of thing? Or
No extra creatures on the sideboard. I know there was a list, Spider Space top 8 at a challenge last weekend with a 5-color list playing 3 Archon of Cruelty. And that's what he was hitting with creativity, and played an Emrakul.
Or like Primeval Titans, you see. Sometimes you see like second Emissary in the board for when you want to let's say you're playing against Burn. If you creativity for 2, you take the Emrakul out, Emissary on creature instant, they're dead, right? They're just, that's game.
Rift Bolt and Skewers, they have some sorcery.
Yeah.
It's hard.
True.
It's really hard.
Or even just instant sorcery and then just hope you have the creatures locked down with 2 7/7s.
Yeah.
That's probably game too.
Usually you can figure it out. I would say. Yeah. So I would say second Emissary is an option for the sideboard.
Yeah. But that's the one thing I think I'd like. I think Mana Symbol was trying that. And I know they were playing a ton of it. I know we chatted with them on Twitter a little bit, but
they're probably the person that's played the deck the most.
Yeah.
The one thing I do differently than most people is I don't like Remand. In the counterspell slot, I always like a combination of Force and Negation and Spell Pierce, just more mana efficient. I think just generally better cards in the metagame. Remand is nice in a creativity deck because you want those cantrips to find your creativities, but the deck has such strong control elements that I'm actually not as concerned about racing to creativity.
Yeah, I don't think you can remand, right? I like that change a lot. You can't really remand when the top 2 decks, when the only 2 tier 1 decks are both Lurrus decks that are playing 1 and 2 drops, and the 2 drops are like, these cards are a little pricey for my deck. That's the joy of remand, is when you're on the play up against a somewhat clunky deck and they play a 2-drop, you get to remand it. Great. But if on turn 2 it's just like, okay, Thought sees you and is like, well, there goes my remand plan out the window.
Cycle my remand.
Yeah, exactly. Cycle, and then you get to Thoughtseize and actually look at the full information of hand. So, yeah, I don't think this is a good time to be remanding things.
Yeah. So we're going to be playing this against 3 of the top decks. What do you got going up first?
Yep, and a couple things. 3 of the top decks. Our last deck is a little iffy, but you know what? We just played kind of the 3 best decks. We played that 6 best deck show, so we wanted to mix it up a little bit. The first deck I'm playing is a little bit of a play off the best deck. It is Celestia Hammer Time, just being able to utilize some Veils in the board. Ancient Stirrings is the main deck card, which I don't like that much, so I haven't played this deck in like a tournament or anything, so I'm willing to be wrong about it, but the fact that you can't get like Paladin, Sigarda's Aid,
you
or
can't
like
get a way to equip.
Exactly. Like that is kind of iffy for me, but I think it could be decent. And I think the board screams out just, I want to be better against Death Shadow, which Hammer just has struggled with. So I actually like this list quite a bit. And then one other thing is you'll see we have a decent amount of proxy cards today. That's because we had a torrential blizzard the last like 3 days in Roanoke. This was the most snow I've ever seen. So we got lucky to even be able to bring this show to y'all with how much was going on. Rob had to just be here working tirelessly.
Rob literally had to shovel out the office.
Yeah.
He had to shovel the entire parking lot by himself
Yeah.
He's out there from Sunday night through Wall Monday.
Can this be my boomer moment where I say back in my day I had to drive to SCG Con
Yeah.
through 10 inches of snow on unplowed highways?
There was more than 10 inches of
absolutely.
snow that day. That's the most snow I've ever seen in Rona.
Really?
Podcast
Really?
This is
that
like
top
third or
eight.
fourth.
Yeah, like this is maybe like 100 to 150 worst snowstorms I've seen in my life, but I grew up in the frozen tundra of North Dakota. So, like, if it was this much snow, we got like 8 inches or something, you wake up that next day and be like, oh, hey, is school canceled? And be like, are you kidding me? They started early today. Like, get in there, you know? Like, no, we're not canceling school. Here, town shut down. Completely shut down. Makes me laugh every time. All right.
Works.
That's all we got. Let's do some battling. I double swept you last week, so I think you should get to
I
go
don't-
first
I don't
and
remember
second.
that.
He doesn't recall. Can we show the clip of the double sweep last week?
I don't remember that.
Can we do a Karate Kid montage of me sweeping the leg?
Corey, do you remember what the text on Beta Rathagod is?
Bury all Ross Merriams. Yeah. You were getting buried last week. It was a good week for me.
I
Okay.
will, keep my hand.
Me too.
Lead on an arid mesa.
You're starting off not mulliganing though, so I feel like I'm dead, you know. All right. I'm gonna take 2,
18.
and we'll cast this card I was just saying I hate. A 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5.
I remember when people were calling for Ancient Stirrings to eat a band in Modern.
Yeah. What a time to be alive, right? What a time to be alive. So let's see here. I either want to pick the drum or a hammer.
No, I think your Temple Guard's lonely. They need a pal.
Yeah, yes. I'm actually going to pick a drum and then I'll pass to you. Anytime I've cast this card, I've picked an Urza's Mine, so I don't even know what oh yeah, sorry, I have one of these.
Can't believe you would slow roll that Memnite.
I know.
Unbelievable.
Wait, actually, I don't even want to play it. I don't want to get rend.
I will play Wooded Foothills and pass.
Okay. Hope you don't have remand. Let's go with I'm gonna go with a drum.
I will spell pierce that.
Okay. I was wary that could happen, but it wasn't ultimately that big of a deal.
I'm basically just trying to spell pierce anything I possibly can.
Yeah, nope, that makes sense. And I'll play this. I guess I don't care about the Memnite now since that was my whole thing. And I'll pass to you.
I'll fetch to 18.
Okay.
Get the other Triome.
I love that mana base. Starting off with 2 Triomes, it means you didn't do much, you know, but that's the second best. It's like, I didn't do anything. I get rewarded with perfect mana.
It's basically like having turn 1 Arkham's Astrolabe.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, God, do I miss that card. Remember the days where we were, you know, at an SCG brewing in the hotel lobby at 1:30 in the morning with Mox Opal, Astrolabe, Urza, and Experimental Frenzy. Oh, what a time to be alive.
Let's crack another fetch.
You
Go to
would.
17.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go to 15.
Okay. Yeah, your life total isn't that big of a deal against Hammer. When you lose by a lot. Once you get to 11, you can really think about stopping, but it's kind of that magic number of a 1/1 being hammered up.
Destiny Vents. I'm going to cast it to Fairy.
Okay.
And I think I am going to bounce this Memnite. It's not a
Zero
particularly strong play, given that Memnite costs 0 mana. But I'm a little worried about it getting equipped with a hammer.
Yeah.
So I'll just bounce it, and then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. On 1 tap. Not a great play for me. I'm going to play an Urza Saga. And I got a Stoneforge Mystic. I'm gonna search. I think we'll just get a hammer. And we'll play a Memnite and pass to you. I'm gonna hold the hammer. It's not quite combo turn. I don't have to worry about that. Well, technically I could. You could go land, Dwarvenmire, combo me, and you're free to do so. Then I either have to deal with Emrakul or the other card. Yep.
I do not have that.
That's good.
So we can definitely plus this to Fairy, and I've got a lot of options on how to play this turn.
Okay. I hope some of them are bad. My hand did not develop very well.
I'm going to Prismatic Ending your Memnite.
Okay.
Guess I could have done that into the speed, but whatever. I am going to play another Teferi.
Okay.
And I'm going to bounce your Urza Saga.
Ooh, sneaky little play.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Okay. Yeah, that was brutal. I needed that land.
Nice. I was hoping you did.
Nice. I'll attack Teferi. And now just a question of what do I want to do? All right, let's play a Paladin.
Yep.
And I'm going to play a hammer, draw a card. And I'll pass to you. No artifacts to equip.
Okay, I think I've got a pretty easy line here. We're going to start it with a Wrenn and 6.
Okay.
I'm going to plus on Wooded Foothills.
Okay.
Play Foothills, crack it to 14.
Okay.
And get a Dwarven Mine, make a token.
Okay. I can't interact with the tokens too well.
And then I'm going to cast Prismari Command, dealing 2 to Paladin and destroying the hammer.
Seems pretty good.
Then I'll pass the turn. So I've got a blocker to protect my Wrenn. I've dealt with Corey's most threatening permanents.
Yep, you're a jerk. Yeah, I think I have a sad turn here. Let's start by attacking Wrenn.
No blocks.
Okay.
No way to equip it. Get a hammer equipped there, so.
Yep. All right, Urza Saga. I'll play an Esper, and I'll buy Luris. Pass to you.
Plus Wrenn on Foothills. Play and crack it. Go to 13.
Okay.
Get another Dwarven Mine.
I have a feeling I'm dead.
Get another token. And then I will Creativity for 2 on my 2 dwarves, paying the 1 for Esper Sentinel.
Okay, sure.
We shuffle afterwards, so I can just find them.
Okay. This is all fine. What are you naming?
I don't even know what exactly is in that list to answer them.
Oh, there's lots.
But I'll just name Creature.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Draw. Ooh, Memnite. That might help me.
And this is really the name of the game.
Memnites to get past the Annihilator trigger.
Yeah, exactly.
I just interacted 5 times into a turn 6 combo.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. That's a tough combo to beat. Needed to be a little faster, so maybe the only real decision point I had was turn 2, going for drum, Memnite, and then 2 drop, or just playing Stoneforge. Like, I had Spell Pierce on my radar, but I was like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal, but maybe it ended up being a little bit bigger. But still, I wasn't doing much. I really needed the Memnite Drum turn to get enough artifacts that I was Magecraft, whatever Metalcraft, that next turn. So I figured I just had to take the risk and be more explosive because I had to be fast.
Yeah.
And it just, you had the one card, used it because, you're not going to get a lot of choices to use it down the line, and it kind of punished. But that's going to do it for our first game. This week's already off to a way worse start for me and a way better start for you. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with sideboarding here on our Four-Color Creativity Gauntlet Day. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between Celestia Hammer and Four-Color Creativity. From my end, taking out the one relic, really bad against you. You don't really use your graveyard for anything.
Just Ren recurring land.
Yeah, which, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Then taking out one Memnite, usually, you take out either Memnite or Ornithopter, depending on which one's better. Against Ragavans, this is usually better, but because of Ren, definitely want to take out the one toughness creature.
Also, block.
Yeah, exactly. And bringing in a Pithing Needle to maybe just get you off an Urza Saga trigger, can hit any number of your Planeswalkers. Don't really love this card. And then bringing in a Path. I extra don't love this card, but it keeps you honest with the Sarah's Emissary, and maybe you have to name instant now, otherwise I can get it, but not a sideboard that is built for this matchup. But honestly, that's Modern right now. The creativity is under the radar, and that's why I think it's a good deck. This is a list that did well at the challenge. The next list, is something that's doing well now. And they don't have a ton of cards for this matchup, and that's what makes this deck a sneaky little pick,
Yeah, nobody's playing Containment Priest.
Yeah, any of the weird hate cards that would pop up if this deck started winning over and over, you know?
On my side, just upgrading our removal and disruption in general. So the counter spells, while Spell Pierce was quite good in that first game, not particularly good in the matchup, same with Force of Negation. Get one Alpine Moon, can name either Urza Saga or Inkmoth Nexus in this matchup, and then Wear Tear, which is just excellent.
Yeah, Wear Tear is a messed up card. And I just recently learned that you can cast both of the sides, and it was already good. Yeah, that whole fuse mechanic. I was not actively playing Magic when that came out, I guess, but
I played the Pro Tour for that set.
Did you? Yeah,
the
nice.
Pro Tour, there was Return to Ravnica block constructed.
Okay. Yeah, I never played a block constructed Pro Tour.
And I made the decision going in that I just wasn't going to play Sphinx's Revelation, so I didn't have to play Revelation Mirrors for every single round. I spent the entire week trying to find a good aggressive deck and did not.
Yeah, that was just a control format.
So it ended up being won by Wesco, who's playing white aggro.
Yeah.
But I guess he figured it out.
Well, that's another person that from the moment the tournament was announced, he's like, well, I'll be playing white creatures. Like, that's his brand. Wesco has played nothing but aggressive white decks.
That was a sweet Pro Tour. It was in San Diego.
Oh,
and,
nice.
We're right by the water. Everything's great. Have you ever been?
Yeah. I played a Pro Tour in San Diego, and I played a control deck when Boss Naya was the deck, and I was even on the team that had Boss Naya. And I'm like, nah, I've been really doing well with this control deck that was like anti-aggro, and I was like doing well within the testing house. But then I played against a lot of decks that were not Boss Naya, and I went
like
0-4. No, I don't know. Like, the first round I played against like a Howling Mine artifact deck that like didn't even play a land on turn one because he mulliganed so much, and I still lost. I'm like, this is gonna not be a great Pro Tour. That was the one time I went, but I went 0-4. It was not good.
The tacos in San Diego, though. A+.
Excellent. All right, I will start. No, this hand had so much promise. Started with turn one Esper Sentinel, but instead I do nothing. It's like, give me one. Oh,
I will keep.
All right. Yeah, this is a whole new week. I'm losing the first game, mulliganing, like, not great. And the Jazz lost last night. That's usually when I'm crushing you, you know?
I know. I have very low expectations coming into today. I'm not going to lie.
All right, take two. I'm on the play. Okay. It's definitely a keeper, but it's not good. I guess this hand has no real value for Memnite, so we'll get rid of that. Play a Stirrings. Try to find some goods.
You're supposed to unload your hand, then cast Stirrings, right?
Yeah, well, it's not working out great. I'll take this drum. I beat,
Okay. I guess if we're just going to repeat everything last game, I'll put this Spell Pierce into my hand.
I marched to the beat of my own drum here, so pass to you.
Oh, that was not a good draw. I will play What If Vanilla is a pass.
Okay. Neither was that. I will play an Ancient Stirrings. I'm doing it here. Colorless card. God, this is not good. I'd like to pick this Esper Sentinel.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's colorless card, not artifact.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take this hammer. We're doing a lot of things with it. I will play Ink Moth and Drum, and I'll pass to you.
So, with a 0-drop creature and land, you can combo kill me with the Ink Moth next turn?
I need Sigarda's aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you need...
But it is possible,
You need the
yes.
land, Ornithopter / Memnite, Sigarda's Aid, and I know you have the hammer.
So these cards could be that. I agree.
Any land would do, because you could use a colorless land to animate the Ink Moth and leave yourself with 2 white still.
Yep.
Well, don't think I'm going to be playing around it. So I'll go to 16, get a Sacred Foundry, and play Wrenn and 6, and rebuy this Arid Mesa.
Come on. Come on. Oh. Lame. Lame. All right. Well, in that case, I will go Urza Saga, and I will activate this ability of buying Luris, and I'll pass to you.
Wow.
We're doing stuff here.
Okay.
We're doing it.
You are technically taking game action.
I am doing a lot of game actions. I've tapped my mana. I've used my mana every single turn. Mana efficiency is what Modern's all about, so I'm doing it, right?
Something like that.
Okay.
So let's plus on the Foothills, play and sacrifice it. I'll go to 13.
Okay.
Get a Steam Vents. And I will play Teferi and bounce your Urza Saga.
Okay, cool. Now, done?
Yeah, you're up. I'm going to have to discard due to hand size,
Okay.
which is convenient because I have an Emrakul in my hand.
Shuffles in or something, right?
Yeah. Though it's going to shuffle my Foothills in too.
That's all right.
fine.
You haven't heard Mesa. All right. Well. All right. I'm going to play Luris and Sigarda's Aid, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. Draw.
Yep.
Plus Teferi.
Okay.
Play Mesa, sack it, go to 12.
Okay.
Get a... Where are you? Dwarven Mine.
The Unbeatable Dwarven Mine.
Get a Dwarf.
Okay.
Plus Wrenn on the Arid Mesa.
Okay. This is all fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. And I will fire Luris for 2 damage.
Luris is fired.
Pass the turn.
All right, I will play Urza's Saga.
I know you have a hammer, right?
Yes. Ornithopter.
Yep.
Animate.
Sure.
I will try to play Colossus Hammer.
Sure.
Target this.
Yep.
I don't like the calmness that you have here. Well, I guess, yeah. Does not fly.
Yeah.
All right. I will attack you before blockers. Animate. Give it flying.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Got him?
Yeah. Oh.
That was a weird game.
Yeah, I shouldn't have tapped any mana on my main phase.
Yeah, that is how that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gains it. I would think.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, okay.
I've done it.
Because I know, like, dress down, it would lose the abilities, and then you pump it and give it flying, and it gains that ability. But it's just timestamps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to that. Okay.
Yeah, I just forgot about that interaction.
All right. Because, yeah, I think that fire would probably do some pretty good work.
And you didn't have anything in the graveyard for the Lurrus anyway.
Oh, no.
So if I just pass the turn, like I had Prismari Command in my hand too. There's a Snow.
Couldn't you just Prismari command my hammer?
I only had 2 mana. That was turn 4.
Yeah, but it only costs 1. It only costs 1.
Prismari Command costs 3.
Prismari command for 1 on the Colossus hammer.
You're thinking of Prismatic ending.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Prismari command.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I totally was Prismatic ending. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Okay.
Yeah. If I just hold things up, I can't possibly lose it.
Yeah. All right, Rob, you got a question mainly for Ross here on some coaching or something?
Not exactly on that one, but so did have a question about the hammer decks.
Okay.
How do y'all feel about the Lurrus versus the Nettlecyst Caldera Complete versions?
Lurrus might be the best card ever printed in the history of Magic the Gathering cards. Play it.
We've also played builds like that before, and I've not been impressed by those cards.
Caldera Complete is barely a playable Magic card in the first place. You know, it's not even a decision, in my opinion. Like, Lurrus is insane in some matchups. In most matchups, even in Hammer, like, if you just, like, play to the board, on turn 2, play something they have to deal with, it always play something they have to deal with all the time, then, like, when they're killing stuff, eventually you get to bring this back, and they might be out of gas, and you play a Lurrus and a Paladin, 2 cards they have to answer, and now all of a sudden they're, like, buried in card advantage. So, like, just play Lurrus. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Card's completely obscene. One more question. Have you got it, Rob?
Yeah, we did have a question also about just Modern in general. Do you feel like Modern is pretty healthy right now, and this is like one of the better meta games you've seen in Modern, or how are you feeling about the format?
I do think it's really good. I think I'm getting slightly sick of just Lurrus, to be honest. Like, while we're talking about Lurrus, it's like the top 2 decks are Lurrus decks. They take away those fun deck building, cool things that you can do. Even in Grixis Death Shadow, like, I'd maybe want to play some Liliana the Veils or something, but you can't give up on the Lurrus Bauble, interactions. So I think it's healthy in that sense. I still am a pretty firm believer that Lurrus shouldn't exist, and but I think even like Grixis Death Shadow rose up to be the quote-unquote best deck here this last week. Now decks are taking huge approaches to hate on it. A lot of Veils, even some pass purges. As much as I don't like it, the Modern metagame is adjusting where I bet Death Shadow in 2 weeks is not going to be the best deck. It's going to be enough decks are hating it out. Big mana is going to be around. And that's the one thing that I do think is healthy about Modern. It's a self-correcting format. Whatever's at the top the legs will be cut from under it eventually, and it'll constantly be a new king of the hill. But that's how I feel.
I agree. I think the format has been really good since MH2. It is starting to slow down and stagnate a bit because we've just explored so much and there's not much left. So we're sort of shifting in shifting dynamics in the way the metagame works. Whereas for the last 6 months or so, it's been what is the best deck and how do I react to it?
Yeah.
Sometimes people innovating new decks along the way. Now it's more about, well, how can I get an edge with this established deck? What twist can I put on it that my opponents aren't expecting? So everything is within the confines of certain decks, but now we're deviating a lot from the stock list. So you see things like Selesnya in Hammer instead of a Black Splash. You see green. We're seeing things like Spider Space, like I mentioned, playing this deck, but with Archon of Cruelty as the creature of note. We're seeing, the Elvish Reclaimer in Jund instead of Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yeah.
A lot of these small changes here that are adding different elements to these decks and also taking the metagame a bit by surprise.
Yeah.
And that's where it is. And that's still interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, to put it on top of that, there's still more crazy stuff that's happening. The two challenges this last weekend were won by Blue-White Affinity and Glimpse Combo. I mean, come on. That's still crazy that can happen. So Modern is still just amazing. I just personally am getting sick of Lurrus, even though I play a deck that might be one of the best Lurrus decks.
Companions were really fun for like a month or two.
Yeah.
Because what we now view as a restriction, because we've kind of figured out the puzzle, was a puzzle to solve, and it was a fun puzzle. Like, well, I need to play this Lurrus as a companion, so I need to find different cards that fit, into my into my deck and make sure that play the same role as Bloodbraid Elf or Seasoned Pyromancer, but do so as threats that cost 2 mana or 1 mana. So that was cool for like a month and a half. Then we solved it, and it's not been cool ever since.
But honestly, it's only Lurrus to me. I still think Yorion is fine. I don't even think Yorion is a good card, and that pains me to say. But like Yorion 4-color money piles, sure. It just adds a cool little layer to the deck. That's a real cost. Obosh is a real cost. Of course, Lutri, all the other nonsensical ones are huge costs.
It's just Lurrus.
It's just Lurrus. But,
because Lurrus is a card that pays you off for building your deck better.
Yeah,
put cheap cards in your deck. That's what people should be doing normally
in Modern.
By forcing you to do it, taking away your sideboard slots from burn players so they don't over sideboard.
Yes.
It just literally forces you into good habits.
But yeah, I love the sideboard plans of like, hey, I want to bring in Liliana's for my Death Shadow deck, or you know what, I'm gonna have some Kaldra Completes in my Hammer deck. But when you see this, that's not the case. And I think making deck building less interesting is, well, believe it or not, less interesting. So great question on that, though.
My hand's excellent.
Ooh, my hand might be the worst possible. So I'm going to mulligan. There's that one path to keep you honest. But that hand does nothing. All right. I'll take a mulligan.
Got another question for us, Rob?
Somebody I assume who came in late didn't hear your explanation about Force and Negation. So what's your reasoning for not having the remands in the Creativity deck?
Remand I just don't think is a particularly good card in the current metagame. Corey said earlier, and I think it was a salient point, the two top decks, Hammer and Shadow, are both Lurrus decks, so their curves are 2 and lower. Which means Remand is basically never getting a lot of great value. It's oftentimes just cycling and trading for 1 mana of your opponents. And it's kind of an awkward card in a deck that is playing Red and 6 and Teferi, so you're tapping out a lot on turns 2 and 3, and then you're not really able to use Remand effectively in the early game. I would rather have cards that let me curve more effectively with those Planeswalkers. You can spell Curse on 1, or you can force a negation after tapping out, and just be a little bit more mana efficient in a deck that is a touch clunky.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. All right, I'm going to keep this hand, and it is not good.
I'll lead on Arid Mesa.
All right. That did not hold. Okay, I'm going to start with the powerful play, Ancient Stirrings.
I keep telling you that you need to do other things first. Oh my god.
That's about as close to a brick as I'm going to get. Yeah. I wanted all of these cards, basically.
I'll go to 19 and get a Rugrin Triumph.
Pass the turn. Wow, I'm going to lose this game.
Yeah, you're not going to come close. If your turn 1 plays Ancient Stirrings again, you're in a Maul to 6.
You thought that was good. You wait till my turn 2 play.
Okay, I'll go to 17 for a Stomping Ground, play Ren, rebuy the Arid Mesa.
Okay, no problem. Oh.
And anytime you get to just get Ren going and you're going to make all your land drops with no resistance.
Pass the turn. We're doing it.
Doing something, that's for sure.
I am doing something.
Well, I guess there's no real reason to. I mean, I guess I could play that, but it doesn't seem great. No, I'm just going to play Arid Mesa, crack it. I'll go to 14.
Okay.
Get a... Oh, let's just get Steam Vents. And plus, return the Mesa.
Okay.
I have 7 cards in hand, and I'll pass the turn.
Think you might be getting your first match win of 2022 there, bud. So this is... A lot of things are going to have to go right for me here. All right, I'm going to start with Cracking Horizon Canopy. Okay. I'm going to play a Sigarda's Aid.
That is fine.
And I'm going to play a Memnite.
In response to Memnite,
Okay.
I'm going to destroy Springleaf Drum and make a treasure.
Okay. That bodes well for me. I'll pass to you.
I will minus Ren on Memnite.
Bang.
Play this Arid Mesa. Play Teferi and bounce Sigarda's Aid.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. I'm going to attack Teferi.
Crack Arid Mesa, get Dwarven Mine, get a Dwarf, fire, one to ink, one to you.
Okay. Things are going
I'll
fine.
go to 13.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a 19.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got more to do. I'm gonna play a Sigarda's Aid, and I'll pass to you. Have I told you recently how much I love playing hammer decks? I'm really glad I'm on the hammer side.
Turn Arid Mesa, play it, plus
Yeah.
the fairy, attack for 1.
I'll take it.
You're at 18, pass the turn.
Okay. Ooh. Excellent.
Every play you've made has been comically inadequate.
And it's not going to get better, trust me.
It feels like you're playing a standard deck.
I think I'd get wrecked in standard with this draw. My opponent would be copying unexpected windfalls by now, and I'd just be dead. All right. We got some things going on. I'm going to play this land, and I'm going to buy Luris for the low price of 3. Pass to you.
On your end step, I'm going to get another Dwarf and Creativity them both.
It's probably a good play. Yeah, I even had the path, but it did literally nothing.
Yeah, I'll name Instant. I'm not afraid of your creatures right now. Although I guess I...
What creature is...
Well, without a horrible punt on my part, that would have been a very clean 3-0.
Yeah.
An impressive start. A not so impressive, set of draws to begin with, but also Ancient Stirrings did not look very good.
Ancient Stirrings looked really bad. I don't see the appeal to the green too much besides Veil on the board.
Yeah,
that's
appealing.
it.
And I don't like the black splash to begin with.
I never did either.
Yeah.
So basically just being mono white and not even playing Ancient Stirrings.
Yeah.
And only playing Horizon lands and some thickets, maybe one Temple Garden and a bunch of fetch lands. That's something I'd be more interested in. And obviously having any piece of hate for this matchup would help out this matchup.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The one that would be most applicable is Grafdigger's Cage, but that's one that basically no one plays because they're all Luris decks.
That's a good
so
point.
They never want to cage their own Luris.
That's a good point.
So that's one of the benefits of the Creativity deck. You just don't see Grafdigger's Cage in Modern right now.
Yeah.
Even though there's literally a land that tutors for 1-mana artifacts.
Yeah.
You just never see it.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's only
really...
Lantern Control.
Yeah, there's no reason to have that. That's a good point. I never thought about that, but that is a card that dominates like historic. You know, it has a good impact on Pioneer.
And it is historically seen a lot of play in Modern too.
Yeah.
But right now, just none.
Just
Laris
not
has
the
pushed it out.
thing. Yeah, pretty wild. All right, well, that has Ross taking his first match down of 2022. Let's give him a round of applause here. It's only been the third show, so we can't fault him too much. But that's going to do it for our first match in this gauntlet. Next up, we have what I would definitely consider your toughest opponent. Definitely toughest opponent, but toughest deck to play against. Grixis Death Shadow. You know, we've been of course playing a lot of Shadow because it was one of our best decks. I personally love it, so we've been playing it a decent amount. But if we're gonna test this deck against the best, Shadow's gonna be there. When I was talking to Mana Symbol, Magic Online grinder that plays this deck a ton, has wrote a nice sideboard guide for it, and just had a kind of a crazy streak, just like won back-to-back challenges with creativities, just straight won them. Pulled a soul strong, and it was back-to-back weeks, so it wasn't like on the same weekend, but just dominated. And I played against Mana Symbol when we were like 3-0 in a challenge I still ended up top 8ing, and Mana Symbol did not.
Sick
but
drag.
I thank you. I got destroyed in the first round, but I got obliterated. And then Mana Symbol was in my chat afterwards and chatting and just said, I got really lucky. This is one of my worst matchups. And the way it played out, I didn't feel that way at all. Like, I felt it was very tough, and like there were some draws that I could completely annihilate them, where, I take their Ren, and then I just have a good curve out. But if I stumble at all, I have to play super defensive. I have to hold up mana like all the time, and Teferi's an excellent card against me. So I don't think it is that bad of a matchup, and I'm pretty interested to see what we're going to learn the next match. So that's what we got coming up next. We're going to take a short 7-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 2. Don't go away. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite one sent over to us, and then we'll butcher the answers, as per usual.
I am a very good butcher.
All right, so today
Despite being a vegetarian.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but I let it slide.
Sometimes I let my talents go unused.
Yeah, I guess. Dang it. Just like kind of on Versus Live, huh?
No, there was no talent there to begin with.
There's no talent there. Okay. So Ross is strutting his talents today with Four-Color Creativity, a deck that he's been talking up a lot. I feel like our Gauntlet shows are really just built by like our group chats, or like just me and Ross's private chat being like, I would mess you up with this deck, and be like, well, prove it. And we're like, okay, and here we are.
Oh, it's already been brought in.
It's already been brought in so far, because I got obliterated round 1 playing Hammer, which, it was a different take on it. We brought the original black-white Hammer that's been, pretty much stock, doing well in one of our previous shows. The green-white one isn't that different, but it is a high variance deck. Like, my draws were not necessarily great. Maybe I should have mulliganed some of these ancient stirring hands.
Your draws were just slow.
They were really slow,
And one of the things that Hammer actually has going for it is that it can win long games.
Yeah.
You have the ability to play attrition with all the card advantages built in, with Urza Saga and with Luris and Stoneforge Mystic and a bunch of utility lands, so you never flood.
But you don't allow me to go long.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the benefits of playing creativity over something like Four-Color Money Pile, where, they have the same early interaction, the prismatic endings, the planeswalkers, and things like that. But then they back it up with, incarnations that they're ephemerating and these sort of long game card advantage engines. You're able to compete with that to a certain extent, because I always have to be wary of the combo, so it makes it harder for me to play that game. I just have to stall you with creativity until I get to turn 5, turn 6, or find a creativity, and I'm able to just end the game on the spot.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like, is I would think that deck has a pretty good Hammer matchup, because you're interacting constantly, and then you have a combo that is almost impossible for that deck to interact with game 1. And then, we saw the sideboard. It was pathetic as far as interaction and good sideboard hate cards for the matchup. If a couple factors, if that deck would become bigger, then that would probably change. Maybe we'd have some other hate card. I don't even know what the best one is, to be honest. Grafdigger's Cage, probably, huh?
Yeah, Cage is a good one. Containment Priest would be a good one.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're not dealing with that. And even if I was black-white, sure, I might get some Thoughtseizes, but that's just okay. I mean, it's decent. But
it's good.
Yeah.
It's something. But yeah, it's not a game changer.
But that's what we're going to be testing now. If I think we can pretty firmly say that you at least have a not awful hammer matchup, but I still think it's good. Yeah. Like, I think it's good for you. And now this is the main test. If you were to able to beat me, in a 10 match set, consistently, like if we were testing for a big SCG event, like Philly, very well, might have to dust off our BCW old men sleeves and do a little testing for that event. This is kind of what it would look like. If we're like, hey, we think we like that deck, we would test out 10 matches against this and be like, okay, beat me, and then maybe we can look into it.
How does it feel? Are there major issues that are clear? How can we solve them?
Yeah.
Is it worth putting in the effort to solve them? All those kinds of questions that normally arise. But I agree. This is a much bigger test.
Yeah.
Your disruption you have disruption.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, your disruption is better. Your disruption exists.
Yeah.
So that's a good start. But you also have good pressure. That's the classic way to beat combo decks. I think you're a matchup that can potentially punish me for having the combo because your Thoughtseizes can break up my hand a little bit better.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was just more redundant with card advantage and removal, then your discard spells would be worse.
Yeah.
Whereas, having the combo really punishes a deck like Hammer because it stops them from being able to play their very versatile game plan.
Yeah.
Because they need to slow down to beat your control deck. Elements, and they need to speed up to beat your combo deck elements, and there's a contradiction there. And I really think the discard is key. You get a little bit more control over how my hand plays out, and that is going to make it a lot more difficult for me to be able to play both game plans at once.
Yep, exactly that. And I have a nice little sideboard plan that is kind of unorthodox. Bringing in this card against you, usually not the best thing, but when you pair it with 3 dress downs, I actually have like a good way to kill your cards. And, you can name enchantment, then I did this. You name instant, then I enchantment, then kill your things. Even Emrakul. So Dress Down is a card that I leave in because I can actually just combo kill you.
Yeah.
It's already just good, but I can also just answer your creatures. It's still awkward because, like, Unholy Heat doesn't kill either of your creatures, even paired with Dress Down. So I really do need Terminate, but it's an option. And usually you have to deplete most of your resources to just get them onto the battlefield. And then you're like, yeah, if you deal with them, I'm dead.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it works.
And with depleted resources, it's going to be harder for me to set up the creativity for X = 2.
Yeah. Yep.
And so a lot of the time, even later in the game, I'm going to only have one target, and I'll just get my one creature and hope it's good enough.
Yeah.
And then your Dress Down Terminate combo just cleanly answers it.
Exactly. And I mean, I can even do the straight Dress Down Luris trick against you, but still having a 15/15 is probably pretty good.
Also, real quick,
yep.
Just so chat stops bothering me about it, I would like to remind you all that Grafdigger's Cage doesn't work against creativity.
All right, perfect.
Really?
Because apparently, I guess text on creativity exiles or whatever.
Oh yeah, it doesn't play it from the library or anything.
Living End.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like Living End. It's like the Inquisitor's captain now. Like, it gets around it. Yeah.
I guess I haven't really read it on creativity. I just assumed that it put it into the. Why does it have to exile it first? Does it just do that for no real reason? There's got to be a reason that they template it that way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe just to get around Cage or whatever. But
did the other polymorphs just put it on the battlefield, right?
Things like Luca and Transmogrify and things like that.
I'm gonna mulligan, by the way. I don't have red.
The reason like Living End and Living Death are templated the way that they're templated is because you need to get the stuff out of the graveyard first, then get rid of the stuff on the battlefield, then move the stuff that was in the graveyard onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
So you need to sort of make room. Otherwise, it would put all the stuff that was on the battlefield back on.
Yeah.
So that's why I understand why those are templated that way. I just don't understand why this one is templated that way. There's no real reason.
No, that's the way it is.
Yeah, literally, it just is.
It just exists.
I guess I just assumed because usually like those weird templating like that only happens when there's some sort of reason for it.
Yeah.
Generally. So I've got to be missing something.
I'm going to keep this really, really medium hand, but I'm already on the mulligan, so. This is not pretty.
You're on the play, though, right?
You're good, though?
Yeah.
Okay, pass to you.
I will fetch Steam Vents, go to 17, and play Hard Evidence.
Hard Evidence, okay.
Grab people.
Grab people. All right, end step, I'll fetch, take 3.
Somebody's got to let me know why that's templated that way. It doesn't make any sense. Please
Doesn't have to make sense.
It make sense. Yeah, it's a party, Marge. It doesn't have to make sense.
It's provocative. That's all that matters. Okay, so we're both at 17. I will draw. Excellent draw. And I will play land and pass the turn.
What is going on?
My draws have not been great today, I'll tell you that.
Oh no. Am I about to get punished for playing Hard Evidence on turn 1?
Why? I like you getting punished.
I am going to play another Hard Evidence.
Okay.
Other crap.
You got evidence.
Then I will play a Scalding Tarn and pass the turn.
All right. Another excellent draw. Okay, I'll fetch these. Take 6.
Brings you to 11.
Yep. You get blue black.
And another black red.
I think so.
And play 3 2/2 Death Shadows against blue red.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna get blue black here. Don't really have anything impressive to play, but I have a play. And that is the Shadow of Death, and pass to you. 2/2.
End step, go to 16.
Can't even get by a crab.
That's actually...
Also, people in chat are suggesting it's because you can do it to multiple things, so you get to. It's not like a double cascade, like so everything comes in at once, and you can like stack triggers and whatnot.
Viable.
Okay.
That might be a reason. I don't know.
Viable.
I guess I could buy that. I'm not sure how that would work normally. Like, well, they're all entering at the same time anyway, so you can order any ETB triggers however you want. And they should, maybe it was just more words to template it, like reveal until you reveal X something. No, because then it's just put all, cards of those types revealed this way.
Either way, if you're pioneering this deck, you should probably know what hate cards are good against it, huh?
Assumed I knew what creativity did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about, like, with Cage, you could just, doesn't it destroy
That
artifacts
was
too?
not the one I wanted.
You could totally just destroy their Cage. Like, artifacts are not good hate cards against the deck because you can just destroy them.
Yeah, I guess it's a tax of 1 mana.
Yeah.
So really, Containment Priest has got to be the cream of the crop then.
Yeah.
Being an instant too. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. So I definitely did get punished for playing the Hard Evidence on turn 1, so that Corey was able to drown and lock my 2-drop, and now he is very aggressively holding it up.
Yeah, I just got no other plays.
Yeah. I could just crack a clue here, but at this point, well, now I'm regretting doing things the way I did, but that's fine.
Regretting everything?
Yeah, regretting all of my life decisions.
Excellent.
You know how that works.
Yeah. Live it.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a tap Stomping Ground,
Okay.
and I'm going to pass the turn.
I'm going to Fatal Push a crab.
That resolves. Hold on.
Okay.
Before you untap, I would like to fire your 2/2 Death Shadow.
My 2/2 Shadow of Death. Okay, it's dead. Oh, draw.
Was going to do that on Corey's upkeep, but once he taps mana, I can safely get it around this Drown on the Lock.
Smart.
Killing Death
right.
Shadow with a fire feels pretty good.
I'm going to play a Ragavan.
Perfect.
Pass to you.
I'm going to play a Ketria Triome and pass to you.
Okay. Untap draw. Okay.
Chad is bringing up an interesting issue of how do you push a crab when its center of gravity is so low?
Good point. Good point. All right. I'm going to attack.
Block.
Good block. Now I'm going to crack this.
You go to 10.
I'm going to go to 8. Now I have a Death Shadow. It's larger now.
I don't like that.
And I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I will crack a clue
In response. Oh, Unholy Heat.
with.
No,
Oh, because I
delirium.
blocked.
Yep.
Okay. Draw for turn. I'll play Arid Mesa, crack it, go to 15.
15 to 8, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll get a Dwarven Mine, put a Dwarf onto the battlefield.
I'm scared.
I will then cast a Wrenn and 6.
Ren and 6, huh? Sure.
I will minus on your Ragavan.
Dead Ragavan.
I will then cast a Teferi Time Raveler.
All right. You've got it out of my hand. Congratulations.
And then I'll pass the turn.
It's pretty clear I had that for a very long time.
Yep.
I'll attack Ren.
I will block.
Okay. I'm gonna bobble myself. See if I want to buy Luris or not. I'm gonna buy Luris, and then I'll say go and draw off bobble.
Draw.
Yep.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess not that interesting. I'll return Arid Mesa with Ren.
Okay.
Play it, crack, go to 14.
Okay.
I will get a Dwarven Mine, make another Dwarf.
Yep.
I will then cast a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Okay.
And I will bounce your... I thought out this line, but it's like really bad against Unholy Heat.
Yeah.
You have 2 draws to it. But if you have the thing I'm worried about is if Corey has a land and goes Luris dash Ragavan. That's why I wanted to get this Dwarf.
Yeah.
And if I leave you the Shadow, I can't really do that. It's only 2 draw steps to a 3-outer. It's pretty bad if I brick.
That is up to you.
I already did it.
Yeah, really didn't do anything. Okay.
Let's make sure I tap appropriately. That looks good.
Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
One tap. A draw. I'll play Bobble.
Yep.
And I'm going to Bobble myself again. Kind of an odd play.
So 14, okay. Feel pretty good.
I'll play Luris.
Resolves.
No, it's what do we want to do? I think I just need to look at more stuff. I'll play Bobble. I'll Bobble you. Okay, and I'm just going to play Death Shadow too. I'm going to just give up on life, basically. Okay. Say go, draw 2 cards.
On your end step, I'll crack the clue.
Okay.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Brainstorm with Jace.
Yep. Got 1 million cards.
Yep. Don't need more fetch lands. Don't need another. I guess I can just put back 2 fetch lands, really.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus Ren on Arid Mesa.
Okay.
Then crack it. I'm going to go to 11 and get a Sacred Foundry. Need a little bit more white mana.
Okay.
I'm going to Prismatic Ending the Shadow.
Dead.
I'm going to fire the Luris.
Fired.
And then I'm going to you have 3 in hand?
3 in hand. Yep, not looking great.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. 1 tap.
Once again, don't want any
Draw.
dashed Ragavans attacking my Jace, so we'll leave the dwarf back.
I will Thought Seize you.
I will Force of Negation that, I guess.
Okay.
Are we thinking about drowning?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I know that. That's perfect, mana. Both Triomes, 1 of each of my shock lands.
All right. That's exiled. Then I will Thought Seize you.
I've got backup Rent, Fairy, Prismatic Ending.
Excellent.
3 good cards.
3 unbeatable magic cards. I will take Teferi.
Okay, you go to 6.
Yep. And I'll pass to you.
Now I think we're going to be on the beatdown o'clock plan.
Yeah, you might be. Just rend me to death here pretty soon.
Brainstorm.
Yep. Yeah, can't beat that Jace. Jace has always been a tough card for me. If I don't have the heat, which I had to waste it on a crab to try to have the dreams of getting Regavan through.
Okay, rebuy a fetch land.
Okay.
Play it. Crack fetch, go to 10.
Okay.
Let's get another Dwarven Mine.
And the Dwarven Mines are just annoying. You know, Shadow trying to get through, Regavan trying to attack. It's really rough.
So I've used Ren, I've used Jace. Guess I should get another Planeswalker down to use then.
You better.
I'll play Nahiri.
No. Take that.
Okay, you got me. And then I will attack you for 1.
Okay, I'll take
Go
it.
to 5.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Okay. I'm dead. I have 2 creatures.
It's gonna Prismari Command, deal 2 to you.
Oh yeah. The world was your oyster there, that's for sure.
Okay. Oh, good. I finally found my combo. I can.
There you go. Yeah. All right, the creativity deck looking pretty good. I'm gonna head to the sideboard and see what I got to deal with this combo deck. I guess you just switched to the control roll quite well.
Just drew all control cards there,
Yeah.
and that was great. I think if I'd had
Yeah.
creativity in those hands, it would have been a little bit awkward. Though,
Yeah.
I had some windows actually.
You had some windows where I think I could have been dead on like turn 4
Yeah.
or something.
But once again, you had a slow hand. Like you
Yep.
didn't do anything for it. Can you have a not slow? Well, actually, I kind of like this. So
yeah.
but maybe the viewers would like to see it.
You now
faster
tempted me to win the rest of the games now and win the marbles over here. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to do after the
Wouldn't
break.
be the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live. All right, everybody. Welcome back to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Grixis, Death Shadow, and Four-Color Creativity. From my end, Fatal Push is probably the worst card in this matchup, and K-Command is also pretty weak, so pretty easy takeouts for me. Everything else was tough. I just didn't really want to take out anything else. And I know I was talking about the Terminate Dress Down plan, but that's just a lot of slots. Something I might do when I'm on the draw, because a lot of my cards get a lot worse on the draw, like Regavan and DRC. But on the play, they're still fine, and I plan to just beat you with a straight-up Death Shadow draw, not even really try to care about your combo, just to interact as well as I can. On the draw, I think we will change things up a bit when and if we win this game. Spell Pierce is the one just slam dunk. You have a lot of non-creatures, basically all of them, your entire deck.
It's really good.
Yeah, really good. And then EE is a weird one, but it actually just kills all your tokens. Yeah. So it's a way to just play it on 0 and just have that around forever. I don't like cards where you just play it, it sits around in case they do the thing. That's kind of why I don't like Alpine Moon in this deck, because Grixis Death Shadow is so proactive. But in this matchup where it can just completely stop your combo, it's usually worth it. So.
Yep. And on my side, once again, cutting the 3 counter spells from the main deck, against
the same thing as first first matchup, huh?
Yeah, against the heavy discard deck, they're not great. They also just don't have a ton of really good targets.
Yep.
So those get cut. Instead, I get Veil of Summer, much better at protecting my threats from your counter spells.
Yep.
And protecting me from discard. Veil, obviously, just excellent in this matchup, and why I have 3 copies.
Yeah, and why we're starting to see more copies pop up is for this matchup, and there's no real way around it. The only thing I have going for me against other decks that try to bring in Veil that have a lot of creatures is you just unholy heat them when it's pretty obviously Veil, and then it's you put them in that weird grind or that weird kind of stranglehold where it's okay, now do I leave it open even though they've been pretty willing to play red removal instead of play into it. But in this matchup, as far as hand disruption and counter spells go, I have to counter your combo, so it's I don't really have a choice most of the time. So, and I love combo decks that play Veil. That's one thing I've always loved in Modern. We don't see enough of Four-Color Sahili Cat combo with Veil is the closest that we got, but it's rough to play online. It's not that fun for that. But this is a perfect Veil deck. And which makes this deck pretty appealing to me as well.
Yeah, Veil is just it's such a unique card in what it does and how powerful it is that if you can use it effectively.
Yeah, that's a deck I could see myself playing in Philly if the metagame gets pretty hostile towards Death Shadow. It's not too crazy to think about that. All right, I'm gonna keep this one. This one was slightly kind of the same hand I had that I mulliganed, but I think this one's a little better.
Okay, this is probably the worst hand I've had so far today.
Okay, that's
good. Still keepable, but it's not great.
Wow, you're having a good day if your bad hands are keepable, huh? Okay, well, let's take a look. I'll take 4. Okay, so... yeah, nothing amazing, nothing awful. I could... if I top deck something, I could do this next turn. If I take this magic card... it's either that or just take the combo or Fire and Ice. So it's all the options.
Those are the 3 options.
Yeah, I don't really have a great answer to the combo right now, to be honest. So maybe I just have to do that.
This is sort of the unique card, right? I've got 2 burn spells, removal spells, and 1, proactive card. That's usually what you want to do with your discard spells is take the thing that's different.
I'm going to take Lightning Bolt. I'll pass to you.
That tells me that Corey really wants to get ahead next turn. He wants to stop me from interacting on turn 1. I'm not exactly sure what that means yet, but based on how the next couple turns play out, hopefully I'll be able to get a read on the rest of his hand. I will play Arid Mesa and pass.
I'm still waiting to get a read on my own hand here, so... all right, I have a land. Go.
Well, now I have no idea what's going on. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that was not my best draw. I'll tell you that.
Well, I will get Rogran Triumph since I need white mana.
Yep.
I'm at 19. You're at 16, right?
16, yep.
Well. I'll play Ketria Triumph and pass the turn.
End step or second main. Debating on what I want to do here. All right, let's do second main. End of second main. Dress down. Draw.
Casey wants to dash a Ragavan.
Maybe. But instead, I drew nothing and I can't cast a spell, so I'll pass to you.
Wow.
Those draws were not friendly to this keep. Woo!
I'm going to play this Stomping Ground tapped and pass the turn.
Upkeep?
On your upkeep, I'm going to ice your Watery Grave.
Consider it iced. Wow. I'll pass to you. These draw steps have not been friendly, and it was already a sketchy keep. Yikes. We're doing it over here, Rob. We're doing it.
Just handing Ross the game.
I am. I really am.
Well, I will play Ren in 6.
Hey, good call.
Don't think I want to run the creativity here because I lose it to a. I guess you cut the fatal pushes, didn't you?
No, I kept those.
Okay. I was thinking about fatal push, but yeah, it's post boards. You don't have those. Should I just jam? You can't really dress down plus anything because you don't have more lands. You're at 16. What would I name if I hit Sarah's Emissary? What would I name? You didn't bring in the Terminates. I mean, I would probably still name Instant.
Yeah, probably a good call.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, I would totally do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Screw Ren in 6.
Okay.
Oh, Emrakul.
Sure. I think I'm dead.
You're up. I guess I'll just shuffle in.
Yeah.
Inquisition me. I have two
GG.
Rens and a Prismatic Ending.
Okay. Yeah, I kept a hand that was Thoughtseize, Death Shadow, Ragavan, Dress Down, Blue-Black land, and all I kept drawing was red cards.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get one fetch land in the next, 3 turns. Like, hope the Dress Down would hit me a land, so then land turn 3, I could maybe dash Ragavan and get the stuff going online. It wasn't a great hand, but I thought it was still fine because I had the turn 1 Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Thoughtseize when you're on the play is actually really good against the deck because most of the time you don't have another chance to do it with Veil. So I prioritized that and it did not pay off.
Yeah. Everything's coming up Millhouse, I guess.
I guess. Well, we got some time, so I'll at least play another one. But yeah, that was a beating so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been able to sort of do my thing and in every game. And,
Yep. You play a very consistent deck, though. You really do, yeah.
But I'm not under much pressure. I've been drawing a lot of Rens, which is great.
Yeah.
A lot of the time in this deck, you're not doing a whole lot when they stumble because you have your early game is so interaction focused. But when you have Ren and Teferi, which I have had, that's the way you punish them. And when you just get to untap with Ren going, and you're a control deck, and you're never gonna miss a land drop,
and that some of your land drops are just 1/1s to get in front of Ragavan and stuff. Like I think that's a better Ren deck than Money Pile, and you have a higher chance to draw it. Because you're not an 80 card deck. So I honestly do just think this is just a better Money Pile.
So do I.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why more people don't play it.
No, I think that deck is...
I did enjoy playing Ren more in the old versions that were Velomachus, Lorehold, and Time Walks.
Yeah, that was a sweet one.
You could control the game with Ren and then Remblem and just cast Time Warps from your graveyard.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
That was sweet. But yeah, the emblem doesn't really do much for you.
A bunch of removal.
Fire some bolts and stuff.
Recast creativities if you've taken them. It's pretty good. It's as good as it is normally.
Yeah.
Which is quite good.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to keep my hand. I can kind of cast spells this time.
I'll keep as well.
All right, I'll go to 17. I have a 1-drop. Pass to you.
Well, I will get a Sacred Foundry and Prismatic Ending your 1-drop.
It's dead.
I'm at 17.
We're both at 17.
You're up.
Untap, draw. That was actually a pretty good draw. So I'm going to... All right. I'm going to... Well... I'll start by Thoughtseizing you.
I'm regretting my life decisions. Should have just played conservatively and held up the Veil, giving you 1 turn of Surveils.
Yeah.
Always have it up.
I do hate Veil, so maybe I just have to get rid of that.
Autopiloting my turns.
Yeah, gotta take Veil. It's just too good. So I'll go to 15, and then I'm gonna take 3 from a fetch land and play a 1/1 Shadow. I just don't know what land I want to get. I think just Blood Crypt here, and then pass to you. Had to make sure there was no Ren. Don't do it. Don't do it. The old 2/2 Shadow is very vulnerable to a lot of things.
Wasn't Ren.
Okay. That's good.
Play Wood of Foothills and pass the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, I got max, but I did not play this game well.
That's all right. Maybe I'll win a game. I'll take 2, so I go to 10.
Yep.
Attack for 3.
I'm at 14.
Okay, and we'll play another Shadow of Death and pass to you.
I will go to 13.
Okay.
Get a Ketria Triome.
Ketria Triome, eh?
You got 3 in hand?
2. But they're both average.
Okay, drop.
Okay.
Play an Arid Mesa and pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap. Draw. All right, I'll attack for 6.
Take 6, go to 7.
All right, I'll play a DRC and pass to you.
End step, I'm going to go to 4.
Okay.
And I will get another Sacred Foundry.
Okay.
I will cast Prismari Command,
Okay.
making a treasure and looting.
Treasure and looting. A. All right. I will drown it, trigger surveil,
Yep.
and bin this, and pass to you.
Okay, we're 50-50.
Yeah. I
Oh my
figured
god, I was actually going to hit it if you let it resolve.
that's why I was doing it, and I figure I can beat just Arid Mesa creativity, so that's why I countered that.
So I'll fetch to 3.
Yep.
I will get a Dwarven Mine, get a Dwarf,
Yep.
and we'll just have to creativity for 1 and hope to hit Sarah's Emissary.
Have the answer for it, because you have to name creatures.
Yep.
And then I have
Okay,
the drown for it.
Couldn't be double drown.
Yep. Yeah, even if you had Emrakul, then I attack, so. Figure it was better to counter the Prismari there in case that exact scenario where you could veil me. I think I could beat that too anyways, but I think it was a safe drown because there's no uncounterable card, or there's no counterable card I'd want to counter this turn. It's like Verdict, I'm dead no matter what.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
Yeah, I drew Jace instead of Ren that turn. I think if I just hold up and let you have the DRC for a turn, counter your Thoughtseize, then your shadows don't come down like nearly as quickly.
Yeah.
And I have a lot more time and more cards, and who knows how it plays out from there. Maybe I'm able to set up creativity with the Veil, as I found, but definitely, the DRC is not super threatening. Giving you maybe 1 surveil, is fine.
It was threatening in the sense that I had 2 3/3s and you were at 7, and it was a lethal attacker. If you
no, I meant on turn 1.
Oh yeah, on turn 1, not a big deal.
Yeah. When I just cast Prismatic Ending, I should have just held up Veil.
Well, we got plenty of time here, and this is like the main test that we'll do a 3 of 5 if I win this one, because our last match is kind of a
Honestly, I kind of want to just do a 3 of 5 of that because it's so cool. But
3 of 5 of that one. Well, yeah, but that one's not that sensical. I want to prove if this deck is ready to be brought into a tournament, and that would be with taking down Shadow. I mean, it's been convincing so far. That game, I had a decent draw. Top deck the Thoughtseize on 2, so I could play a Death Shadow. Otherwise, I did not have a great turn planned. It was like drowned, hold up drowned or something. So I got a little lucky there, but let's see what we got.
Gotta happen sometime.
Exactly.
I'll be on the play.
Just another medium hand.
I'm ready.
Yeah, holy cow, that's a lot of veils. Okay, you're not that ready.
So now I'm back.
This hand is probably not good enough. I'm gonna mulligan as well. On the play, maybe I would keep this, but 4 lands is just too much. If I draw a land, I'm dead. I wouldn't have saw the second one, but still, not great.
Yeah, 4 is a lot.
4 is a lot.
I've
Yeah.
played a fair number of different shadow builds, over the years in different formats, and yeah, they're definitely prone to flooding a bit, which is just another reason that Lurrus is so good.
Yeah, and I love like 4-landers on the play, like with a bobble, because then it's like, okay, I have a Lurrus plan, and or expressive iteration. We're like, I have the mana to do things. That's fine. But with Death Shadow, that is not the card you want to be flooded with, because that's just trying to play on turn 3 most of the time. And Unholy Heat is not something you want in your opener. It was all around pretty weak. And Inquisition on the draw, walking into Veil, can just be a complete nightmare, because sometimes you just have to play into it, and hope for the best.
Did have a question earlier that you were talking about maybe Lurrus being a little too much for the modern format. Do you think that Death Shadow survives and maybe goes back to like its old builds, or is it even a deck of Lurrus is banned from the format?
It would lose a lot, because the bobble Lurrus thing is a big deal, but I think it would still stick around, and maybe you get to play some Lilianas. I don't even know if that's a good card anymore. I think the deck would stick around. It'd still be good, but it would change a lot.
Yeah,
it would just look completely different. I
know
think
you've
probably.
Always talked about how the old Grixis builds. You always talk about them not actually being a deck you should build that way, but you just kind of had to.
Yeah, and that's the problem is those decks you just didn't have enough threats. You still would have enough threats here, but who knows? Maybe this would turn into a Grixis Death Shadow more control deck. You get to play Jace or something
Yeah, you just wouldn't have the same attrition capabilities.
Yeah,
and the deck would become a lot more of a tempo deck, I think.
Yeah,
as a result,
which is a problem.
Whereas I think a deck like Jund Saga would be better able to withstand the loss of Lurrus, because they have their own Saga engine.
Yeah,
and with Ren as a late game. And so I think that matchup would swing pretty significantly into Jund's favor if both of you lost Lurrus and nothing else changed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So that would be the major problem. Is I think your mid-range matchups would suffer with Shadow.
Yeah.
The matchups at either end of the spectrum, I don't think would change that much. Control would get a little bit worse. Lurrus, long games, Lurrus comes up, but you're pretty good against them, and I think you're pretty good against combo. Just structurally.
Yeah, everything would change. Everything would change in Modern if Lurrus got banned. Every single deck, you'd have to take a second look at it. Everything would change. But
you got to go online and search Modern cards.
Yeah,
it cost 3.
Right. Yeah, something we haven't looked at forever. Yeah. Okay. I mulliganed already, right? I'm pretty sure I did, right?
I know I mulliganed.
I think I mulliganed.
Okay.
As well. Yeah, it was that 4-lander. Okay, so what to put
I'm
back?
just going to choose to be very interactive here.
I'm going to put back this, and I'm not sure about it.
Play Scalding Tarn and pass.
Okay. All right. I'll take 3, play a DRC, and pass to you.
Instead of Crack Tarn,
okay,
we'll get Ketria Triome.
Okay.
19.
To 17.
Tarn, go to 16.
Okay.
Go to Sacred Foundry, run down your DRC.
Ooh, you're not supposed to have that.
Hopefully you don't have the Rogavan.
So you're at,
I'm at 16.
16, okay. Done?
Yep.
All right. I'll take 2. I'm going to bobble you.
Corey has the nonchalance of a person with the Rogavan.
Ooh. It's a good one to know about. But I do have a Rogavan. And, yeah, I'll attack Ren. Pass to you, and then draw off that. Good one to know about.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you 1 turn without it around.
Okay.
Because I want to get this to fairy down.
It's a good one.
I'm going to get the other Sacred Foundry.
Okay. So you're going to go to 13.
Yep.
That perfect number. That Death Shadow dress down number.
I will plus the Teferi, I guess. I'm kind of worried about it. I can't minus because I know you have Rogavan, but so I'll just plus and pass and hope you don't have the Unholy Heat. But you have to have Unholy Heat plus something else, like plus discard spell.
Yeah, I do not have too much going on. Yeah, this is a bit problematic.
So we got 13 to 15.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Is that what you have, Rob? Yeah. Perfect. You have a million cards in hand, right?
I do have a million.
6.
Now it's just what's better. And I think I have a game plan. I'm going to play DRC, and I'm going to Thought Seize You, Trigger Surveil. And I think I'll leave that one. Okay. Yeah. The endings are good. Veil is also good. What did I keep again? That's right. All right, let's take a prismatic ending.
Okay, you're at 13.
I'll go to 13 and I'll pass to you.
And now DRC is
Delirious, yep.
Okay, I'm gonna prismatic ending it and plus this to fairy
Okay.
and pass the turn.
I'm gonna dash Regavant.
Yep.
Attack you.
I'll go to 11
Okay. All right, 11 to what? What we
to
got?
13. That's what I have you at.
13 to 11. All right, I have a treasure. And then I'll take 2
11 all.
and return this and pass to you.
Let's minus to fairy and draw a card.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Things are a little harder when I don't have Ren at 6.
Yeah, right. Right. Let's start with a expressive iteration. Haven't cast that card in a while.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Put this here. And guess I'll put this one to my hand, this on bottom. Play this. I'll fetch to 10 for sure. Yeah, we'll go lower. I'll take the 3. I'll go to 8.
8.
I will dash a Regavant.
Yep.
And then I will attack you.
It's fire, 1 to Raghav and 1 to you.
And I know you have just Veil,
Just
right?
fail. Yep.
Okay. So I'm at 7.
Yep.
And then I will play a Regavant and pass.
You have 3 in hand?
Yeah.
Play Wood of Foothills.
Okay.
Plus to fairy. Pass the turn.
All right. Sad panda. All right, I'll attack you.
Me having this Teferi in play, I am just going to bolt this Ragavan. I want the dwarf in case I draw creativity.
Makes sense. All right, I will buy Luris and pass to you. I know the draw I want.
Plus to fairy and pass.
Play a DRC.
Sure.
Play a Luris.
Sure.
Bobble. Trigger.
Sure.
Spin that. Pass to you.
End step, crack the foothills.
Okay.
Fit a 10.
Yep. Do you have it?
Get dwarf in mind, get a dwarf.
Yep.
Creativity of the dwarf.
Uh-oh.
Show you that I have emissary in hand. I'm getting Emrakul.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm so dead. You think Teferi was good this game?
Yeah.
That was a beating.
I literally was like, yeah, I'm going to use this bolt. Then you bought the Luris. I was like, ooh, maybe I should have saved that bolt. Then I just drew creativity. I was like, I'm a genius.
I'm a genius. Yeah.
Best Magic player ever.
Best Magic player. And that was convincing. That game, Teferi just put you on its back and ran the distance. I was just trying to find Unholy Heat. If I find Unholy Heat, the game ends, I think, in those like 2 turns, that 2-turn window.
Yeah.
Just because I hit that, and then I have a lot of interaction
going on.
Yeah.
It's really important that you had the Rogavan.
Yeah.
I just didn't have much going on.
Yeah, and then there was that squeeze that I really feel with this deck. Is turn 1, I had Ragavan, DRC, didn't have a Thoughtseize, and I just most of the time you just have to play a 1-drop and pray. I had a game plan if you had Ren, but it's not even a great one. It's like I spend my whole turn 2 doing nothing to just deal with that. And that's not great. And that's the squeeze that deck has. Like, but then it's also Veil. It's also protecting against Teferi. It's Teferi, Ren, and Veil for me that are the tough one, that are the enablers, that it's hard to find one card that deals with all of those.
Or on the line to navigate through them.
Yeah.
They all do such varied different things.
Yeah, so I think that deck is really good, and I think you've proved it here. You know, I've had some awkward draws, but I didn't feel like, even with good draws in some of those games, that I would have competed. Yeah. You know, like, that's the thing. Is like, your draw wasn't even that good. It was okay, and my draw was okay. But if I don't have an insane draw on the play or something, I feel really disadvantaged.
And I've won in different ways. I've won by turboing creativity. I've won by just, curving interaction into a big creativity on 5 or 6.
You've won with super friends kind of things, just planeswalkers.
Planeswalker grinding you out. So the versatility, which is something we harp on over and over again, is there in this deck. So love that. It's, the cards that you were playing to enable the combo are Hard Evidence and Prismari Command.
Yeah.
And they're not super powerful cards, but Hard Evidence is sort of your cantrip of choice.
Yes.
It's a worse cantrip than Mishra's Bauble or Serum Visions or Consider, but it is the best cantrip for this deck. And sometimes it's really good.
Yeah.
You had to use a Fatal Push on one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It is rough. So I've been impressed. Honestly, if Death Shadow gets more targeted, that would be the deck that I would switch to more for Philly. Like, if Philly is just like all in on hating Death Shadow, and I think that's the direction that we're getting in and we're kind of landing in right now, is like,
it's been so popular for so long.
It's been so popular. It's been the best deck as last week. Reed wrote about that as his best deck. I've been harping on it. Soul Strong's been winning every single event. The signs were there that, okay, there's no more messing around against Death Shadow and like kind of just thinking you can beat it with your deck. It's 4, 5, 6 sideboard card slots territory. And that's when, you start to think about putting down your deck and wait till it's a little less targeted. Might be the time, who knows?
Yeah.
But if I'm going to do it, that's something I might pick up. I think it's cool.
It honestly baffles me that the 4-color Omnath decks are so popular and this deck isn't.
Yeah, because my matchup against that, I think, is laughable. I can go inevitableness into it. I think Luris is a good card. The one thing that I have learned throughout these first 2 matches is that deck takes Luris out of the equation. It doesn't care about it. It may care about the deck that is being played by Luris, but the actual, I put this into my hand and I plan to win the long game with it, is completely thrown out the window against this deck. And like, if I was playtesting and, we played a bunch more matches with this and we were, had Team BCW at the round table, that's what I would be. I would be like, okay, if we're from this side, don't worry about even doing this. It's not a good game plan against it. You tap out to do this, you usually lose, I
would say it can potentially be a good game plan, but only if it's paired with cards that hate the creativity combo itself.
Yeah,
because Lurrus is good against the control side of things.
Yeah.
It's the combo side of things that negates it.
Yeah.
And so if your game plan is to bring in a bunch of hate cards for the combo and then beat me with Lurrus, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But that would require a lot of sideboard space.
A lot of Graph Digger's cages. Just to tilt off Twitch chat a little bit more, you know?
I still do, I guess it needs deck size. It doesn't really make sense to me that it does.
All right. Well, Ross is going to be winning the marbles here in pretty convincing fashion, but we have one more match to come up, and this is kind of our more left field. We're not saying we're putting it up against all the best decks, but we're playing I'm playing Glimpse combo next. We've played this before on the show. It was sweet. I was playing against Elves where I had a not so much interaction to deal with, but this deck just won the Modern Challenge, so maybe it's real. It looks like a really cool list, and that'll be the last match we bring in this Four-Color Creativity Gauntlet. So we're going to take a short 5-minute break. I'll be right back with that here on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob of the booth say, I call the big one bitey, Rob.
I call the big one bitey, Rob. Is that what you said?
I'm shocked.
Rob
This is my shocked face.
All of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. You know, we do a lot of weird things having fun with Rob. I can't believe I haven't done this before. Just fire and Simpsons quotes.
Make him say Simpsons quotes? Yeah. I mean, it's got to be better than forcing him to recite poetry. So
I was going to say, like, you know.
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
I got a couple more in the tank now.
Yeah. Well, good thing you'll forget this by Thursday. But you know what? Yeah, well, you do it. Have fun.
I will.
Good.
Great. Fun fact, I call the big one bitey is Matt Groening's favorite line from the show.
Good to know. Another fun fact is I'm going to be playing a fun deck this round. I'm playing some Glimpse of Freedom, Glimpse of Creation, Glimpse of Nature.
Rob, what is Corey glimpsing?
I'm glimpsing in some variety. I know
Glimpse of Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Glimpse of Tomorrow.
But he's playing it today.
But I'm playing it today.
That's a flavor fail.
Man, this deck never makes sense though. It's like when you're gonna fix your computer. It's a glimpse of tomorrow. Glimpse of soon, yeah. No, but I'm gonna be playing this Glimpse combo. A new list emerged and won a challenge, which is kind of shocking to me. You know, like it was running at the exact same time as the Modern PTQ. So maybe just all the decks that that was the side quest of the day. Everybody who wanted to spike an event, including myself, I was in the Modern tournament scrubbing out with Grixis Death Shadow. And this won the other tournament that was going on at the exact same time. And the list looks really cool. It plays a Karn package with a decent amount of options as things to do. Azeka's Chariot being, I think, our favorite. That's pretty cool.
The Shardless Agent and Azeka's Chariot are really sweet.
Yeah, the Shardless Agent is sick too because I now learned that it's an artifact. You know, that's a big deal. So now essentially you just have 11 ways to glimpse. You know,
12. They play an Ardent play in the main.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
just one.
8. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to be playing. Yeah. And believe it or not, you're going to be still playing Creativity.
And this is going to be a very different matchup than previous ones. You know, Corey has a combo I have to respect, so I can't really tap out willy-nilly unless it's for Teferi, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So hopefully I get to do that. You'll see the counter spells actually stay in this match.
For a change, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be a nice change of pace.
Okay, I'm going to keep. Mine's an interesting hand.
We would have snapped this off in either of the first two matchups.
Yeah.
But in this one, it just doesn't do anything.
Okay.
It's just Wrens and Bolts. I'm just going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs and generate card advantage, and Corey's going to kill me on turn 4.
Maybe turn 3. I think I killed you on turn 3 before.
You girl at least created such a huge board.
Yeah. Man, that was one of my favorite matches of 2021, to be honest, was just eviscerating you with this Glimpse deck over and over. And we had just extra time at the end too, so we played all these extra pity games with it, and just every single one you were just getting eviscerated.
Every game was also, if I untap one more turn, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
No, you're not untapped.
Exactly. Yeah, you're dead.
Just have me buy a turn every game.
Well, I hope to do the same here, because this hand is sweet. Absolutely sweet.
Well, let's hope my second hand is also sweet.
Okay. Life total is basically going to be completely irrelevant this game.
Yeah, this is going to be a keep for me. And
Does that mean I can take a nap?
Yeah, I think you can. Absolutely. Just put in the life, just like, whatever. I have these.
2 goblins.
We got some goblins to start this off.
Well, you don't draw.
You're right. Sorry. Well, I was going to play this no matter what, so I'll just still draw that. I can shuffle if you want.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
I'm at 18.
All right, and then I'll pass to you. Beat downs are coming. On a prismatic ending, one of them?
Yep.
They're haste, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay, yep, they are. All right.
You're up.
Okay, beat downs.
17.
I attacked with 2 creatures, though.
I know.
Okay, and then I'll play this and pass to you.
Let's play Arid Mesa, crack it, get a Steam Vents.
Okay, so go to 14.
Yep. I will fire your 2 creatures.
Oh, no! That was so rude.
14.
Wow.
Pass the turn.
Okay, I'll sack this. I thought my draw was sweet, but
You want to cascade on turn 3, buddy?
I still might. Yeah, what of it? Still do it. Still just destroy you with the 3 cards I find. Oh, okay, I guess I got a Triumph. All right, I guess I need a good draw. Yeah, that's not bad. Plant, your go.
I'll take 2, go to 12,
Okay,
and pass the turn.
okay. Upkeep.
You're good.
Draw. I'll attack.
Sure.
Okay, pass to you.
On your end step, Prismari command, making a treasure and dealing 2 to Jeremy Knoll.
All right, I'll respond. I'll fetch.
Wait, hold on. Target player creates it. Okay, I want to make sure the treasure mode targeted me. I thought it did.
Okay, I'll take this. Doesn't really matter.
18.
Then we're gonna violent outburst. Boink.
Yep.
All right. I hope I hit glimpse. All right, glimpse.
So this force of negation is good?
You got a blue card to go with it?
No, I have neither of those things.
Okay, good.
So you got it for 5?
Yep. Shuffle all permanents you own. Into the graveyard, right? Yeah. Okay. And we'll spin 5. Oh yeah. It's not my graveyard too, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why you need the elixir in the sideboard.
Of course. You want to cut?
Nope.
All right. 1. Brick. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. And these all come into play tapped or untapped?
Permanent cards rule this way onto the battlefield, then do the rest for horrors. So they can be untapped if you want them to.
I'll take 6.
So 12 all?
Yep. And I got a Fury, which does basically nothing. And this goes to the yard. This one probably goes to the... And the rest on the bottom. Okay, perfect. Yep, and pass to you.
Okay. Let's crack a Wooded Foothills. I'm going to go to 9.
Okay. I hope this one Fury is enough.
Yeah, unfortunately it's Wooded Foothills, so I do have to go to 9.
At least Fury isn't like Flame Tongue Kavu.
Yeah.
Just to kill itself.
Yeah, no kidding.
And creativity, my treasure token.
Hmm.
Hope I hit Sarah's Emissary.
That's not great.
If I hit Emrakul, you might be able to like have another violent outburst into enough stuff to kill me.
I'm trying to think if I have any way out of this. Whatever. I think I just have to do this now. I don't think I have any way to actually destroy this, but we'll see if I do.
Okay, so, well, you got to shuffle the 4 in.
What?
Oh, no, you got,
I got to get
first.
this.
I mean, you're shuffling your stuff in, so just look for a glimpse.
No. We play correctly on this game, okay? There we go.
Never made a mistake here.
Yeah. All right. Okay, then we'll cast this, shuffle these in. We need 4 good ones. You want to cut?
Nope.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I have an Omnath and a plant and a dream.
Well, there's Sarah's emissary. I will name creature.
I just can't beat it, can I?
Not in the main deck.
All right, well. Yeah, because I can turn it into an artifact maybe, but I just also don't have any land. So yeah, all right.
I'm also going to prismatic ending your Omnath.
Oh, rude. Okay. Well, that didn't work out as fun as the other time we played this deck. Yeah, unfortunate. All right, well, we got a lot of time. Do you want to play one pre, or should we just go all the board?
Let's go to the sideboard.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here in this 4-color, I don't know, dumpster fire me repeatedly gauntlet. Don't go anywhere. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here between Glimpse of Tomorrow combo and 4-color creativity. On my end, just taking out Furies, really don't have any need to really destroy anything except maybe Teferi, but I can't kill Teferi if Teferi's in play already. I can't Glimpse, but I guess maybe that is the reason to leave it. But if you just tick Teferi up, it's always out of reach. So I'm still going to get rid of that. And then 1 Chancellor for just ways to interact with Teferi, and then bounce.
You have oddly weird ways of attacking Teferi when you're doing all these.
That's what I'm
tokens.
thinking. It's better than just having Fury. I don't want to be 2-for-1ing myself to already get 2-for-1 if you've used Teferi and stuff. So seems too bad up from my end.
Yeah. On my side, really just trying to get the spot removal spells out of the deck. At least Fire Ice can cantrip or deal with multiple tokens to really reduce your battlefield.
Dealing with the multiple tokens was huge that game.
So prismatic ending, bolt are the cards we want to get out. Obviously, the counter spells are going to be great in this matchup. Fluster Storm and Dovin's Veto. Shark Typhoon comes in because it's something that lets me hold up counter spells and then do something on Corey's end step, which is really nice to progress my battlefield. It makes
Except then I can do stuff when you cycle.
Yeah, Violent Outburst is still a problem.
And
you know, maybe I'll be conservative with it and either make a smaller shark than I would or just not use it. But there's definitely going to be times when, you know, I hold up counter spells and I don't have to be fearful of Violent Outburst. And it's just another way to make tokens for a creativity.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I definitely want to be proactive with the combo in this matchup.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And just cycling it for 1 on turn 3.
Yeah.
You know? And honestly, you can probably just let me combo, quote unquote, once and then just untap and still emissary me, and I'm just annihilated still. You know, I don't know how I can I've
got to name creatures to top the battlefield, then I just have to hope you don't have Teferi.
That's true. And I could just glimpse into Teferis and stuff, so. All right, I'll be going first.
Oh, real quick, we did have...
Yeah, you got a question?
I actually have 2 questions.
Okay, what do we got?
So the first one is from someone named Mana Symbol. You know, never heard of them before.
Mana Symbol? Yeah.
They asked me to read this one word for word, so I'm going to try to make sure I do that. Can you
should be good.
Ross if he can say, without hyperbole, that creativity is 1,000 times better than every other tier 1 deck added together? And then there was a Simpson emote at the end.
Yes.
You didn't say the thing. They even appealed to your Simpsons love and just wanted you to say this one thing to make them happy at home, and you're going to deny them of it?
I did a Simpsons reference.
Wow.
The scene with Superintendent Chalmers and the Aurora Borealis. No?
No.
Doesn't ring a bell?
No.
The Aurora Borealis. This time of year, this part of the country, this time of day, localized entirely within your kitchen.
All right, you're both talking to me, and I don't care what you're saying. Can I mute him and listen to you?
Yes. Also, sorry, chat. I just like saying hyperbole wrong. All right, give me a break.
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
That's the South coming out of me, I guess.
I was like, is that like the, the Sugar Bowl or like any of the football bowls? Oh, that's the only one I know.
Also, actually, more accurate question, Corey.
Yeah.
What do you think about getting rid of the Dark Dwellers for having the Karn package in the Glimpse deck?
That's what it already is, right? Or just how do I feel about it?
Yeah, just like the different builds of the deck.
You know, I can't say accurately which one's better. I never did test this. I'm just thinking since this won a challenge that this would be the better version than the meme version, but I really can't say for sure. I do not know.
The Dark Dwellers version is going to be better at comboing because you get to hit Dark Dwellers and redo it, right?
Yeah.
And keep going. I would say this version with Karn has a much better backup plan.
Yeah.
Stronger through disruption, and I think that's what the deck needs because its main game plan is really powerful.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just allowed to cascade freely, this is probably the best cascade deck. Even better than Living End, I would say.
Yeah. And I hate rhinos. Like that deck sucks.
But it's just the easiest to disrupt because it's the most all in, and it plays all these wonky creatures to make sure its engine is online. So having a little bit more resilience and a secondary game plan of sorts, you know, it's rare that Karn is going to completely take over the game. But it's going to give you some edge there when you have Furies too that can control the battlefield and creatures to block and protect it. So it can sit and play for a couple turns. Maybe you start setting up liquid metal coating and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I personally like it as opposed to being as all in as possible.
Yeah, I think just being all in on a combo right now is not great. Like I love this deck for the reason that it's not all in on a combo. Creativity is used to just be all that, but yeah, it definitely isn't now. I'll keep.
I think I have to mulligan this one. The Sarah's Emissary is really bad. This is far and away the worst one of the two to draw.
Yeah.
Because when you pitch Emrakul to Prismari Commander and Nahiri, it goes back in your deck.
Yep.
Emissary doesn't, and I don't have any interaction on the draw.
Yeah, they used to play like Fire Prophecy, so you could just put them on the bottom kind of thing, but that's just such a bad card in Modern, you know?
I can't really do that. You'd have to play like Sea Beyond.
Yeah, there you go.
It's also
and that's not great.
a good one.
You got one more question at all, Rob, or was Mana Symbol just completely devastated that Ross wouldn't say that?
Mana Symbol did say it was Kemp Brockman talking about Camp Krusty, but good try, Ross. Love you for it.
Ooh.
No, me saying, I was talking about when I looked in the camera and said yes, like Skinner saying yes after the Aurora Borealis rant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was making a different Simpsons reference.
Gotcha.
But I responded with one of my own.
Y'all are just operating on different levels.
Yeah, they're on tier levels of Simpsons quotes.
Yeah. And Camp Krusty is an underrated Simpsons episode.
Yeah. And I'm on a third layer of, you know, just hating life here, listening to all these Simpsons quotes, but
don't worry, there's more.
All right. This is going to be my game.
Is it now?
I think so.
Oh, God. Well, I have to keep it.
Okay.
We're going to need some help.
Oh, yeah, same. I have a Triumph, and I'll pass to you.
I have a Foothills, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. Ooh, right on time. I will play a Tarn, and I'll pass to you.
End step will crack, go to 19.
Okay.
I will get a Rogrin Triumph.
Okay.
Rogurian. Where is it?
In your hand.
Where'd it go? Oh, believe me, if it was in my hand, I'd be really happy.
I stole it.
You know.
I just chose not to put it in the deck.
Good call.
You do what you got to do to win games.
Yeah. We got to start sabotaging Ross more. He's dominating. That's not cool.
Oh, that's not good. I'll go to 17.
Okay.
Pass the Terran.
All right. I will fetch this. And let's see what we got. Do I have another Triumph? Not super familiar with this mana base. No, but we need to do red-green. All right. Untap.
Yep.
Upkeep.
I will ice your Rogrin Triumph.
Okay. That happens. Pretty good against us. I'll play Gemstone Cavern and I'll pass.
You're up.
All right, upkeep.
You're good.
Okay. I'm going to start with a Seasoned Pyromancer.
That resolves.
Okay, I'm going to discard Chancellor and Seasoned Pyromancer. We'll get two of these hideous tokens. Draw 2, play a land, and pass to you.
End step Cycle Shark Typhoon for 0.
All right. Wait. Here you go. I have high hopes. I like that turn 2 play from you. I'm not going to lie. Or turn 3. Turn 2 play I did not like. That was very good against me.
I will play Wrenn and 6.
Okay.
I will plus on the Wooded Foothills,
Okay.
play Wooded Foothills, and pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap, draw, attack Wrenn.
Wrenn down.
Okay. Now let's go with a land. And I'm going to play Omnath.
Yep.
Draw and pass to you. I'm on the plan of do other things
And
right
so
now.
go to 16.
We'll see if that works.
Let's get the other Triumph here.
Okay. You could technically counter or combo this turn with another fetch land and a creativity, but I'm not super afraid of it. Ish. What you got, Ross? What you got? Got the goods?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a Wrenn and 6.
Okay, sure.
I will plus on Wooded Foothills, play
Okay.
it, and pass the turn.
Draw.
Actually, I'm going to do this slightly different. Sequence this slightly differently.
Okay.
I'm going to Arid Mesa first, get a Dwarven Mine, get a Dwarf, and then play it with the Mine and the Stomping Ground, play the Wrenn, and then rebuy Arid Mesa. So you get a bit of information.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Should be 16 to 19. Or, actually, I think that should put me to 15, right? Because I fetched on end step too.
Yep. So you're
Yeah.
at 15. I'm at
15,
19. And let's see. What do we want to do here? I'm going to start with a Seasoned Pyromancer.
Yep.
I'm going to discard Omnath and Karn. Get 2 elementals. Draw 2. All right. Now I'm going to take 2 but gain 4. So gain 2. Go to 21.
Yep.
I'll declare attacks everything at Wrenn.
Wrenn down.
And I'll pass the turn. Trying to keep you off land since I know you didn't have a lot. It's worth it to give up some extra damage there.
That's
Excellent.
awkward.
Excellent.
I am just to go. I played my land. It was the Aries this turn, right? I'm just gonna pass.
All right, I'll untap. Draw. And I'll attack.
I will chump Omnath. Take 8.
Yep.
Go to 7.
Yep. And I'll attempt to play a Teferi. The Raveler of Time.
I will Dovin's Veto Teferi.
Okay. Past you. I would imagine Ross tries to go for a combo this turn.
Play Wood of Foothills. Crack both fetches I have. Go to 5.
Okay.
Get 2 Dwarven Mines. Creativity for 2 on the 2 dwarves.
All right, I'll try to dispute it.
I'll Flusterstorm your dispute.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I'll put some stuff onto the battlefield. I'll name creature with the emissary and hope you can't find the one remaining Teferi.
Yeah, maybe I should have held on to that Teferi, I guess, huh? I kind of walked into that. Yeah, maybe that was wrong. Okay.
5, you're at 21, you're up.
All right. I have some things to do, needless to say, but... All right, I'll fetch...
Now you have a bajillion mana. You gain 3 initially, so you're at... I guess you're gonna...
Yeah, whatever. I'll take 3.
So you're gonna end at 22. So you're gaining 4, but taking 3.
Well, I guess I should try to stay above 22, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can.
Maybe I can survive a hit. All right, here's a land.
There's a good chance you're gonna, hit an Omnath, I guess. But
yeah,
sure. So you're gonna go to 24.
Okay, so you can't take damage, so there's no point in me attacking before I do this. So I'm gonna float white, red, green, blue.
You also have Omnath mana.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're gonna float 2 of each.
Yeah, holy cow. So I'm gonna float. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to use the green and blue to... I'll just use all 5 of that mana. All 4 of that plus this. Get 2 clues. And now I'm going to float just green, red, blue. And I'm going to play Shardless Agent. And I'm going to glimpse.
I think you're going to see your entire deck.
I think so. Okay, here's a glimpse.
This is where I show you Force Negation, and you're very sad.
Well, I'd have another one, but... All right, does this resolve?
Yeah.
So I have 3
I
floating.
drew a billion creativities.
Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to double check.
Yeah, double check it.
Double check you. I don't trust you. 7 lands, 9, 2, 4, 7, 8. That's 17.
Oh, okay. Thanks for double checking. Where do I do?
That's
I
my
shuffle
jersey
these all
number.
in.
Youth soccer.
I shuffle these all in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, these are all gone.
You shuffle those in too.
Okay. I could hit clues. All right, and then I have 3 mana floating. So I'll be able to do
What mana
this
did you say you left floating?
Green, blue, red. Just enough to Violent Outburst again. All right, you want to cut?
Nope.
17 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Awkward.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, so this is legend. These
I've
come into
awkwardly
play.
only found one white source this game, so I can't just recast the emissary next turn.
Yeah, where's the number of creatures you control? Yeah, so
Hold on. The
Shardless Agent comes into play afterwards. So I'm gonna get 4 clues.
Why do you have 2 cards in your hand then? You had 2 before?
You had one Shardless Agent revealed off. So
Oh yeah, I revealed it. This is the one on the
that's
stack.
on the stack.
Yep.
Which at this point we can no, we can't let that resolve because we have all these triggers to take care of first.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is I have to play this now if I want to, but then I would not be able to.
So yeah, the question is this good? Are you happy with this?
Oh, actually, okay. With the 2 mana, I'll sack 2 clues, so I'm down to 2 clues. Then I can stack it in such a way. Now I'll discard these 2 to this. Draw 2. Then I'll stack this last, so then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Goblins.
7 more goblins. And now I have 0 mana floating. This is untapped. Oh wait, give me 1 more goblin. I have a plant as well. And you're at 5? Okay, yeah. Then I'll just bounce and then kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. We can beat that. No big deal. We can beat that. You just need 1 Teferi in your deck and a dream.
And I could have tried to just go for the creativity earlier and just put you to that test when you had less of a battlefield.
Yeah.
But I was hoping to be able to finagle my way.
I was hoping you'd do that
counterspells
because I had the Teferi in hand,
Yeah.
as you saw. So I could have just like bounced. If you hit either one of them, then you're just dead.
But
Then I just attack you and kill you.
Yeah. When I have, Fluster Storm and Veto in hand, it felt like I should wait, but didn't have enough other interaction or action.
And my whole hand from the beginning was just 3 lands, 3 Seasoned Pyromancers, and an Omnath. My hand had a plan, and it was not to combo.
And I actually had a Teferi most of that game, but I just never had a window where I could cast it.
Yeah, because I just presented pressure.
And that might be one of the advantages of this deck over other Cascade decks is you pressure Teferi a lot better than those decks.
Yeah.
do. Even
Agreed.
Even the Footfalls deck, they play like a Bone Crusher Giant.
Yeah.
Seasoned Pyromancer was a lot better at attacking Teferi than Bone Crusher Giant.
Way better. Have to agree. Well, this hand looks like the worst possible hand I could ever look at ever. We'll be mulliganing that one. You're on the play.
Game 3.
Game 3 for the sweeps. I need this. I need it. Can't get swept.
Ugh.
How's that hand?
It's not great.
Well, mine's an easy medium keep, and I have an easy glimpse to put on the bottom, that's for sure.
Once again, I don't have any of my 6 counter spells.
Excellent.
And I have really awkward mana, so I'm going to mulligan this one.
Excellent. Even game. You're a gentleman. You got any questions, Rob, while he mulligans? Not at the moment. Empty queue.
I haven't seen as many Renin 6s in these games. They've been a lot tougher.
Yeah, and I mean, they are pretty good here. Just picking off tokens right away, and then mana problem's never a problem, yeah.
When I'm trying to hold up counter spells.
I mean, to be fair, you played 2 last game. I just killed them both.
True.
Yeah, I killed them immediately. Like, you saw them. You played 2. Played 1 on turn 2 and 3.
Oh, no, they were much later.
Yeah, you're right. Because you missed land drops.
Yeah.
If they would have been on time, maybe it would have been all right.
I missed my 3rd land drop after icing you on turn 2.
Yeah. Which, if you ice me on turn 3, it was going to be just as effective. Just time walk, draw a card. So all I had was 3 lands and Seasoned Pyromancer, so I needed that Pyromancer.
Maybe that's something obviously I needed to hit the land, so I've got to do it then. But yeah, in this matchup, getting you on turn 3 is way more important than taking a mana on turn 2.
Yeah, but even if I had Violent Outburst, I just do it during my turn. But I guess not if I don't have a lot of material.
Okay, this hand is like 7,000 times better. This is a really good 6.
Okay, I'm in trouble.
I will play Catchery Triumph Pass.
Okay, well, I just drew the worst possible. So nice. All right, I got a plant. Pass to you.
I will fetch to 17, get Sacred Foundry, and I'm going to play Ren and kill this plant.
Plant! Yeah, I was kind of worried about that. I figured if your hand was that good, you probably had the good card, but Nothing I could really do about it besides wait to play it, and then you just do it next turn. So, all right, I'll pass to you.
Excellent. Okay. Now we got our Ren going. We got our cards.
All the goods.
+3 on Mesa. Play it and pass.
All right, I'll sack this. Get that Triome, I think.
17 and 19.
All right, untap, upkeep.
You're good.
All right. Draw. I'll play this and I'll pass to you.
And step crack.
Okay.
Get Roger and Triome.
Sure.
Draw.
Yep.
Plus
Sure.
the Arid Mesa. Play it.
Sure.
Then I will play Hard Evidence.
You got crabs.
Crab and a clue.
Okay.
Just like a chip and a chair. It's a crab and a clue.
Yeah, pretty close.
Pass the turn.
All right, I will sack, and I'll just get a basic mountain.
So you're at 18.
Yep. Violent Outburst. Glimpse. All right. Yeah, I probably don't blame you. It's got to be pretty good. But I feel like this is kind of my only hope is just to hit some good ones here. But, or that, honestly, I thought you'd counter it still. But, all right. So here we go.
3.
1, 2, a 3. Okay.
Okay, you got a card.
Yeah, not bad. All right. Karn at 5, and then I'll untap.
Yep.
Draw. Well, let's see what we got. All right. Negative.
Yep.
I'll select Engineered Explosives.
Yep.
I'll try to play Engineered Explosives.
Sure.
And I'll pass to you.
End step, I will crack this clue.
Okay.
Go to my turn.
Yep. That was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't use the clue.
Oh, yeah. I need to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
What did I draw?
Yeah,
I
you
have
totally
the
can't
Mesa
lose the
through
clue.
this.
Okay.
So let's put this clue back.
Touche.
Yeah. Would I have responded to the? Well, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't respond. It just comes into play from the.
Yep.
What you call it? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of spicy. Gotcha clues.
Okay. I'm gonna crack the Mesa. Go to 16.
Okay.
Get the basic planes.
Okay.
I've got 3 mountains, and then there's no reason to start putting more dwarves onto the battlefield.
Okay.
Then I will plus Ren on the Mesa.
Okay.
Play Scalding Tarn.
Okay.
And play Nahiri.
Nahiri, huh? Yeah, sure.
I will plus Nahiri.
I'll respond. I'll crack.
You go to 17.
Yep.
Getting a Steam Vents.
Maybe. Maybe not. I'll get that basic mountain again.
Okay. So we got 16, 17.
Yep. And then I'll Violent Outburst.
Cascader is good.
Okay. Eventually. Okay.
Let me see the rest.
Sure.
This one's going to be for 7.
Yep. And Rob, I do have 4 of these glimpses, right? Do you have a list? Or wait, I probably have the list. I guess I don't have the list for that one. Unless you have it over there.
You have 3.
I have 3. Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Corey pretty clearly has a blue source in his hand, or just a third Violent Outburst, I guess, is another possibility. Because the blue source would, let him use Karn to get a Shardless Agent.
Yep.
Pretty clear that I have a counterspell. And
So it's just how lucky are you feeling, huh?
yeah, like, can I beat a Glimpse for 7 here? It does get rid of the Karn and the EE, which is nice.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, it's going to be a bigger Glimpse if I just counter it. So I think I just need to let, like, it's a bigger Glimpse if I let it happen next turn, but it's also a Glimpse that happens on his main phase and he doesn't get to untap.
Yep.
Which is potentially relevant. With getting creatures and attacking my planeswalkers. Though the creatures off of Chancellor do have haste, so there is going to be some haste going on there. It's tough. I guess it's a difference of 1 probably. It's probably just a land that's you're going to add to the battlefield, but like all your Seasoned Pyromancers aren't going to be able to attack. Your Wave Sifters, it'll be just those.
Could be a Colony Garden, I could add.
I think I am going to counter this. I'm going to fetch for the basic island and Flusterstorm.
Okay. Countered.
So I am at 15.
All right, done?
Yep.
Draw. I'll fetch.
Getting an island. It's going to shuffle back in anyway. Might as well not take damage.
But it won't get shuffled in because I have the other one in my hand. So yeah, that was a good counter spell. Because now I just can't combo.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're at 14. You just have the other Glimpse in hand?
Yeah. That's why I was hoping I had 4. Otherwise, I would have been a little more careful with this. But I don't think I have a way to get him. Oh, I guess I have the elixir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's cute. But I need to pay mana to do that. But, like, honestly, what else am I going to do?
You did that in response to this Nahiri.
Oh, yep. You get to draw. Yep.
Yeah, I'm obviously discarding the Arid Mesa.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I will tick down Karn.
And get an elixir. You could also suspend your Glimpse. It's only suspend 3.
I could. I'm going to play this.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you. It's a weird game.
I agree.
Yeah, but that was the play I was thinking I was setting up, was just negative this to get Shardless Agent. But when I asked if I had 4 to Rob, that's what I was hoping you would say yes, Rob.
Return Arid Mesa.
Okay.
I will plus Nahiri.
Okay.
Discard Arid Mesa.
Uh-huh.
Play Wooded Foothills.
Okay.
Play Teferi.
Teferi. Yep, that resolves.
I will plus Teferi
Sure.
and pass the turn.
All right. End step, I will gain 5 life.
You go to 19.
Yep. Just give myself the chance to combo, but at this point, I think I'm just dead now. I can't really give you a turn. But let's see. Draw.
The Super Friends have once again been assembled.
Yeah. Super buds. All right. I'll take up on the clue. And I'll fetch.
You go to 18.
Yep. We'll take 2 more. Yeah, I don't think I can.
16.
I will attempt my own Teferi. I should be at 16.
I will. Do I even care about that? I guess it stops Dovin's veto from working. So Dovin's veto it.
Yep. You win. All you gotta do is down tick Nahiri and get Emrakul.
And then ping you for the last one.
Yep.
And if I draw the Emrakul, I have Prismata Command to put it.
I don't think you even need to ping for one. I'll be permanentless, and you'll have Planeswalkers. So
Yep.
I'm dead. Yeah, I actually thought this game was mine if I had not drawn the Glimpse, which I mulligan put a Glimpse on the bottom. If I had not drawn the Glimpse, because I was setting this up beautifully, where I was going to Violent Outburst if you counter it.
Yeah.
Sure. Then I down tick, I find Shardless, and then I combo again. And it's hard to imagine I lose the game when I combo again, but maybe not. Who knows?
I had both Flusterstorm and Veto in my hand.
We didn't have the mana to cast both, right?
Well, no,
you only had one.
I tapped out for one of the Planeswalkers on turn 5, and it was just I completely forgot, even though we talked about it, but Shardless Agent with the Karn.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about Liquid Metal Coating and you just starting to attack my lands.
Yep. And that's what I would have done if you would have just said go. Like I just would have got Liquid Metal Coating and start to go to town.
And I probably have to counter coating.
Yeah.
I didn't even have like a fire that would finish off the Karn once you put it to 1.
Yeah, and I had another Karn, so I could have had something to do too. I was actually kind of impressed with this once again. Like it was that big mistake of realizing I only had 3 of them and being a little unlucky to draw the other one, but I could have just said go, set it up a little bit better, tried to attack you with what I had on the battlefield, and then wait for that last glimpse. But yeah,
But just having drawn it is a problem, because then I just get that turn to tap out for the Nahiri anyway, and I still have Flusterstorm up for the next turn.
But you didn't know that.
Sure, but like the play I made is still good no matter what you do.
Yeah. But
because you only had 1 bullet left.
Yeah.
Really, so I'm able to then tap out more aggressively and know that I can cover 1 bullet. And once I have the Nahiri in play, then I just turtle behind both counter spells, knowing the Nahiri is going to kill you through the EE.
That's true. Yeah, I was probably just dead. Maybe I'm supposed to take out like Chancellors instead of Furies or something.
Yeah, I have a bunch of Planeswalkers. I think
Fury
you
have a lot of them,
good.
but it was just okay. But
or some number, maybe there's a split that's right. It's tricky, but
it is
I agree with you. I was impressed by this deck. I think Seasoned Pyromancer and the Omnath and the tokens you get from Chancellor actually let you approximate a game plan.
Yeah. No, and I was really impressed with the creativity deck, though. You've been talking it for like multiple weeks, and I just always kept thinking like, yeah, it seems fine, and who knows how it would do against the broad spectrum of the decks. But the thing is, it's a proactive control combo deck. That's very nice against things. So I think that's a real contender for. In my mind, I think Money Pile was already like 4th, 5th. fifth or sixth best deck, and basically for sheer numbers of playing it. I do not think that is a good deck anymore right now at this particular moment. I think that's a better deck that should take its place. If people want to play it more often or actually give it a shot. There's just nobody plays it. You look at the top 32 and it's like either they're all doing really, really bad, which I don't necessarily believe, or people are just not playing the strategy. And I think that's pretty much it. Mana Symbol is like the only person that I see playing it, you know?
I agree. And it baffles me. I just don't understand. It looks so good. We've gone through multiple years of people doing this kind of deck in a bunch of different formats and different shells. It was like Fires of Invention in a lot of different decks. Transmogrifies and Lucas, and I'm just like
Sam Party won a pro tour with Creativity and Historic, very different world and stuff too, but it's had success, and then people are like at the end of turns like, all right, this deck's done. It's like, no, keep it, try it.
you still get to play with Ren and 6 and Teferi and Prismatic Ending, and
I mean, I'm gonna play a league with it this week. I'm gonna try it out because Philly, I don't like the trajectory that we're heading towards Philly. I think it might be a perfect storm of Death Shadow not being great, so I want to have a backup plan. Well, to be fair, Death Shadow's my backup plan, but I want to have another plan, but really cool stuff. But that brings us to the end of the show. We're going to thank some subs. Rob's going to thank some subs. We're going to thank some sponsors, and we're going to head out.
All right, got one sub today, Helix Grims. Thank you to them and all of our other subs.
Excellent. Yes. Thank you for that support. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase.
Oh, we traded style. That's why you won. Yeah. You took the powers of the South Beach collection, and I just went with your favorite NBA Jam shirt. Yeah, it's...
See, I like the snow, but after about 2 days, I want it to be gone.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to channel warm energy around so that the snow starts melting.
Smart,
so I got the South Beach collection.
I was just playing my NBA Jam machine before I came to work today, so I of course had to play that.
You need the practice.
I do, absolutely, yeah. All right, next order of business, we got the tour coming. Oh, excuse me, not the tour. We got the SCG cons kind of expanding to more than just kind of these once or twice a year tournaments. So if you want to be a part of them, there is a lot of fun stuff going on. There's Flesh and Blood tournaments for anybody who is diving into that game. I might even be trying those. So the game looks fun. It really does, So we got that going on. The first one in Philly, which is going to be next month, has a big Modern and big Legacy event. So those are the first things. If you like either of those formats, both, it's going to be the pre-release for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty as well. So those are the four things that are going on there, as well as, it's a Valley Forge casino. You can really do whatever you want there. It's a pretty fun place. So
it's a fantasy land.
It is a fantasy land. And then they throw us in the basement, in the dungeon, but it's a nice basement.
It's part of most fairy tales. There's got to be a dungeon somewhere.
That's true. That's true.
Just want to say, best part about that venue is if you're staying in the attached hotel, just an elevator ride to your private bathroom in your hotel room.
I know. Isn't that great? Yeah, the secret bathroom is really everything that a Magic tournament is all about.
Everyone has a secret bathroom now.
Brian Braunduin said the first thing he does when he gets to convention centers is finds that secret bathroom. Most of the time it's just not right outside the convention hall. You walk around
the corner.
Yeah, exactly. That's the cheat code for these SCG cons coming back. But they offer a ton of prizes, a ton of just all kinds of cool stuff they'd expect from SCG cons in the past. Yeah, they're phenomenal. There's basically one every month starting next month, and then they'll be releasing more of them as well. So go to StarCityGames.com and check out some more information on those cons.
And with these tournaments coming back, you may need to update your collection, and that means selling some cards. Star City Games is always buying, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards in to SCG and let them do the work for you vis-a-vis sorting and grading. You can make an appointment and come into the store to do your business in person. And if your collection is large enough, you can make that appointment and have Star City Games come to you. So pick whichever option works best for your situation. And do always keep in mind that when trading cards in for store credit, you will get a 30% bonus on that trade-in.
And I just realized, right as we did this, Rob, I don't know what the sale is this week. You got to help me out, bud.
Yeah, so it's a sale on variants, 15% off all variant cards. So Secret Layers and borderless and stuff like that.
Nice,
the
nice.
7 different ways that like Ragavan got printed in MH2.
Yes, if you want to make sure that when you're playing one of these con events, that your opponent has to pick up your cards constantly to just realize, what a Wild Nacatl does because it has a different art. This is the sale for you.
If you want to get the Godzilla cards, didn't invest in those early enough.
Yeah, I did kind of like the Godzilla cards. I'm not going to lie. So if you want to take advantage of that sale, go to starcitygames.com/sale. Now remember, the sale does end Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So get this, get your orders in now if you want some of these variant style cards.
Okay, I believe that is it for us.
That's it. Hey.
Actually, one more thing.
Oh, no, I think that's it. No,
One more thing.
You're right. We got to tell them about what the next show is. Pioneer is coming back for Thursday for all of you Pioneer lovers out there. We keep telling you that we're not going to give you any more Pioneer shows, and then you keep showing up at our houses with pitchforks, so we decided that we're going to...
Even in the snow.
play. I know.
That's when we made the decision, like, okay, we got to give
They wouldn't
it.
even help shovel the driveway. Which
I know. Even melt them with the
just
with
put the torch
torches.
down. Just hold the torch down a little bit.
No, we're gonna make your lives miserable. And so
Exactly.
finally you're playing Pioneer.
So here we're playing Pioneer on our will alone, and that's it. So, all right, I'll give you these marbles as well, I suppose. You got these. It was a nice sweep. Let's see if our next Pioneer show, if we can actually, play the third match for marbles or anything. We've just been sweeping here as far as the beginning of the year goes. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. We will be back Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So for Ross Merriam, I'm Corey Baumeister. Bye.